Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series here at Bourne Park. Welcome into Pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm Ariel Tamir-Pinsky, joined by Adam Gotkin and Devon, Jarvis. The Braves beat Hyannis in round 1 of playoffs 5-3 last night in Game 3. Tonight we take on Cotuit for a rematch of the Division Championship Series of last year.
Yeah, last year was the same exact thing. Bourne won that en route to a West Division Championship title and Cape League Championship appearance. They're looking to do the same thing this year. A Cotuit team that Bourne has beat 3 out of 5 this season, all of them with Joey Colucci on the mound, and he's pitching again today too, so that should be a really exciting one. Every single win for Bourne this season over Cotuit has been very, very close, so we're likely in for another good one.
Last night, players we saw who have been great offensively all season stepped up. Braden Holcomb 3 for 4, Gavin Kelly with a 2-run triple last night.
Yeah, that's the key come postseason. We talked a lot about how you need the entire lineup to show up. Well, you also need your stars. Everyone remembers the great players who have great playoff moments. As you said, Braden Holcomb stepped up with a bunch of hits last night. That triple from Gavin Kelly ended up being the winning triple because he got those 2 insurance runs. Without it, would have been 3-3. You need those players to step up at the top of the order if you want to advance in the playoffs. Bourne got that last night, and they're going to need it again.
Speaking of the offense, it's gotten better every game, and we want to see it continue tonight.
Exactly. Only 1 run in Game 1, 4 in Game 2, 5 in Game 3. You'd like to see that continue to progress today. This is an offense that's getting more and more comfortable, and against a tough pitching matchup today, you want to see Bourne dig deep into their lineup and not just have the stars perform, but have people who maybe haven't shown up this postseason come out and play big offense. Cotuit's not going to be an easy opponent to take down, and especially this time in the postseason, you need to start getting into full gear when it comes to your offense.
Well, Game 1 against Cotuit will be here at Bourne Park at 6 p.m. Continuing with pregame coverage, I'm now joined by Lyle Alenstein. Lyle, talk to me about the pitching matchup. What are we going to see tonight?
Yeah, Cotuit's got Nick Wimberly from FIU on the mound tonight. Just like we talked about with Reese Bowie yesterday, this is a guy who's just making his second start on the Cape in a playoff scenario. First game, just like Reese Bowie, he was lights out during the regular season. 5 shutout innings, 4 strikeouts. He's coming off started the summer at the Cal Ripken League, just under 3 RA, through 6 appearances. And then for the Braves, we've got Joey Colucci back on the mound against Cotuit, which will be his 4th time pitching against them this year. And all 3 of our wins against Cotuit this year came when Joey Colucci was on the mound. Under a 5 ERA, we've seen some flashes, we've seen some inconsistencies, but overall, this is a guy who's been here for the large portion of the summer, and he's been really a consistent arm out of the bullpen.
Last night against Hyannis, 5 errors, 5 walks defensively for Bourne. What do we need to do to clean that up today?
That's just playing complete perfect baseball. This is the playoffs. You know, you got a fresh slate in the second round. They fell behind early against Hyannis, dropping the 1-0 lead, and then they came back 1-2 in a row. But you saw some perfect games offensively, saw some inconsistencies defensively, but you really got to hone in on that defense. You can't win games if you're having 5 errors, especially 4 from Braden Holcomb, who's been pretty clean this whole year defensively. And then, those walks, we talked about how good the pitching was yesterday, but, leaving runners on base, you give a talented team like Cotuit bats and opportunities to score with runners in scoring position, might not work out for them.
Well, thanks for joining me, Lyle. Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series will be at 6 p.m. here from Bourne Park. Ariel Tamir-Pinsky now joined by field manager Scott Landers. First of all, Coach, congratulations on advancing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This last series, you guys started behind. You had to crawl gritty wins to get back to winning the series. What do you do to make sure the team gets ahead this series?
We got to play good baseball. We didn't, I tip my cap to Hyannis because they played, a good series against us, and Mitch does a really good job for them. Yesterday we kind of escaped with a win. We had 5 walks, 5 errors. Usually don't win games like that, but we did, and we got to come back today and do all 3 aspects in a really well fashion.
Yeah, you mentioned it a little bit. You guys won the regular season against Cotuit 3-2, but they were close games. How important is it to play complete, clean baseball today?
Yeah, we really have to play complete. They had a day off yesterday. They didn't have to go as far into their pitching as we have. We got enough guys, so we got to play all 3 aspects. And we didn't play it defensively yesterday. We got to step up. Again, they got a good club. They've played us tough all year, so. Now it comes down to today, tomorrow, and hopefully no Game 3.
And you saw really strong pitching yesterday, though. What do you want to see from Joey Colucci today on the mound?
Just get ahead, throw strikes, and let us do what we do behind him. Use all three of his pitches, 4 of his pitches, but just pound the zone and compete.
Well, thanks. Good luck tonight.
Everything in life has consistencies. Cereal paired with milk, hot dogs with 4th of July, and for the Cape Cod Baseball League, it's been Scott Landers and the Bourne Braves making a deep playoff push. For the same as the last 3 seasons, the Braves are once again in the West Division Championship. And for the second straight year, they host the Cotuit Kettleers on this beautiful weekend in August. Thanks so much for spending your Friday evening with us on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV. I'm Devon Jarvis, joined alongside Adam Gotkin, the third member of our team. Our sideline reporter, Ariel Tamir-Pinsky, will be joining us later in the broadcast. Well, Adam, it's clear as day. These two meet again, Cotuit and Bourne, once again in the West Division Championship.
No Mike Roberts anymore for the Cotuit Kettleers, but the organization that's won more championships than any other team in this league is back in this divisional finals. These are the two models of consistency in the West Division, and they prove it year in, year out. This is the real rivalry out here, and it should be a really fun one tonight.
Bourne had the better end of this rivalry a year ago when they made the trip to the Cape League Championship and earned yet another West Division title. But Cotuit today will be looking for revenge. A 3-game series set to be played. 1 game at Dorn Park, another one tomorrow at Lowell Park, and it goes back to Dorn on Sunday if need be. But these two teams took a bit of a different path to get here in the playoffs. A 3-game series against the 4-seed in Hyannis for Bourne. And on the other side, it was Cotuit who upset the 2-seed Wareham Gatemen in a really impressive way.
2 different series in terms of game played, but very similar in the fact that they were both extremely close in every game played. For Cotuit, they won both of their games against Wareham in extra innings. Game 1, 5-4 on the road in 10, and Game 2, 4-2 in 11 with help from the Landon Beaver walk-off home run. For Bourne, on the other hand, they lost Game 1 to Hyannis 3-1, bounced back and won Game 2, 5-4 in one of the better baseball games that we've ever seen. Braves were down to their final strike before a Mark Quattrani 2 RBI double to take the lead. And then Bourne won last night's 5-3 thriller in Game 3. It was one where the Braves went up early. The Harbor Hawks crawled their way back, but Bourne was able to hold on in the end. This has just been an excellent start to this playoffs. It's been nonstop action, and there's no reason to think that it won't continue tonight.
It's been a really, really fun one. The matchups here at Dorn Park between Cotuit and Bourne have also been no slouch. Bourne has won 2 of the 3. Their 2 wins at Dorn Park in walk-off fashion. We've just been treated with some spectacular matchups between these two, Adam. We expected to see it again today.
Yeah, without a doubt. When these teams played, it's been really close, and Cotuit has been walked off by Bourne twice in this series this season. Both times that Joey Colucci started here in Bourne, it was the Braves who won on a walk-off.
The manager for the Cotuit Kettleers all season long has been Lauren Hibbs, replacing Mike Roberts. Hibbs in his first season leading this Cotuit team extremely well into a 3rd-place spot in the division, but also another West Division championship for Cotuit. But he will not be the manager for the Kettleers today, Adam.
Yeah, Lauren Hibbs did a great job, but unfortunately he's not here today. We're hoping for the best for him. It's Kevin Frady taking his place as the interim coach today. Frady just completed his first year at Friends University in Wichita. He's a really experienced guy, has coached at JUCO, NAIA, D1, D2. He spent a lot of time in the West Coast League, a former scout for the New York Mets. So, Cotuit without their normal manager today, but Kevin Frady taking his spot, a very experienced guy in their dugout.
On the other side, you got a guy in Scott Landers who's just been a new, invigorated version of himself over these past couple games. He's fighting for his team more than ever, and really, Adam, he's one of the most experienced Cape League managers in this situation and the most experienced of the last 4 seasons.
I mean, he's been basically perfect in the playoffs. 2 championships and 1 loss in Game 3. Can't get any better than that. The expectation here in Bourne is to win every single year, even before Landers was here. Harvey Shapiro took Bourne to the championship in his final year as the head coach. So the expectation with the Braves is always greatness, and Scott Landers has fulfilled that expectation so far.
Let's talk pitching matchup. Lyle covered it in our pregame. Adam, you mentioned it a little bit before too, but Joey Colucci taking the bump for the Bourne Braves. He's appeared 3 times against Bourne. Every single one of those a win for the Braves, and those are the only wins the Braves have against Cotuit on the season.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting series so far. It really always is between these two West Division rivals. You look at Joey Colucci, he's just gotten better each outing against Cotuit. First time out, he gave up 2 runs in 2 2/3. Second time, 2 runs in 4 innings. And the last time, 2 runs in 5 innings. That was back on August 2nd last week. It was a very gritty performance from Cotuit. He put runners in scoring position in every single inning and worked his way out of it in all but one, gave up those 2 runs in the 4th inning.
On the other side, you have Nick Wimberly, just came off his freshman year at FAU, and only 1 start this season. 5 innings, no runs scored, a whip of just .6 with 1 walk and 4 Ks. Reminds you a lot of Reese Bowie for Bourne going into yesterday's game. But the question for him is can he find that spark? Can he find that fire once again this time in the playoffs?
Yeah, you're right. It's almost an identical guy to Reese Bowie, yesterday's starter for the Braves. Wimberly started off his summer down in the Cal Ripken League with the Southern Maryland Senators, was incredible for them. That's a tough place to pitch. It's a professional ballpark that they play in, and he was really, really good with that team. Then he came to the Cape and balled out in his first pitching appearance, giving up no runs. So, we'll see what he does here. This is a big moment, but we saw Reese Bowie come out here and dominate yesterday. So, I think the expectation is for Nick Wimberly to do the same thing.
The Cotuit Kettleers coming off of a day off. Bourne with not had any rest since all the way back just the start of the week on Monday, and it should be a fantastic game, Adam. You look at the series between these two, it was Bourne who struggled on the away round and once here at home, and now the Cotuit Kettleers come back to Dorn Park for the first time in a few weeks. We're going to step aside here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV. Starting lineups in first pitch on the other side of this break and the national anthem.
Please rise for our national anthem. Singing tonight's anthem is Alex Archibald, a Braves fan who fights hard to overcome his neurological disabilities. He was inspired at a Braves game last summer and has worked hard this past year to be able to show off his patriotism tonight.
Just like that, the West Division Championship set to kick off in just a moment. Adam, why don't you give us the starting lineups?
First up for the visiting Cotuit Kettleers, it's a couple of really experienced guys who start things off. Camden Johnson played in all but 1 game in the regular season, leads off and plays third base. Ryan Farber, the Iron Man of the Cape League, the only guy to play in all 40 games in the regular season, bats second and plays shortstop. In the number 3 hole is the center fielder Caden Bogenpole. Batting cleanup in left field is Zan von Schlegel. He was exceptional in the regular season, hitting .410 in just 11 games. He went 2 for 10 in the first series of the playoffs. The hero in Game 2 for Cotuit, Landon Beaver, bats 5th and plays first base. He hit that walk-off in the 11th inning against the Wareham Gatemen. The number 6 batter is the league leader in RBIs in the regular season, the designated hitter Jack Natilli. Batting 7th is the right fielder Nolan Stevens. And the number 8 spot is the second baseman Luke Matthews, and Taggart Tyson rounds out the starting lineup, catching and batting 9th. Again, it's Nick Wimberly on the mound today for the Cotuit Kettleers. For the Bourne Braves, Gavin Kelly's back in the leadoff spot. We saw him lead off in the first 3 games of the playoffs after doing it just a few times in the regular season. Batting second is the third baseman, Cade Lewis. In the number 3 spot is the center fielder, Braden Holcomb, coming off an exceptional 3-for-4 ball game last night. In the cleanup hole is the shortstop, Riker Waite. Batting 5th is the right fielder, Cal Sefcik. Batting 6th, the designated hitter, Luke Costello. In the 7th hole is the first baseman, Jason Torres. Ryan Cooney bats 8th. He plays second base. It's been an interesting postseason for him so far. 0 for 13, but he's reached on 3 errors. And to round out the starting lineup, John LeGrande back in the field after a couple of games as the designated hitter. He's playing left and batting 9th. And again, it's Joey Colucci getting the start today for the Bourne Braves. He had a 4.76 ERA in the regular season, a 4.82 in 3 appearances against the Cotuit Kettleers.
The Cape Cod Baseball League is delighted to welcome Readers Hardwood Supply as the presenting sponsor of the 2025 Cape League playoffs. As a local family-run business with deep roots on Cape Cod, Readers Hardwood Supply brings its commitment to craftsmanship and community to the most exciting aspect of the summer baseball season. Thank you to Jim and Paula Reeder for their continued support of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Let's get you that defensive alignment for the Bourne Braves here in the top of the first inning. Starting in the infield, it's Cade Lewis playing third base, Riker Waite plays shortstop, Ryan Cooney plays second base, and Jason Torres plays first. In the outfield, making his return as a defensive player is John LeGrande, the left fielder. Braden Holcomb plays center field, and Cal Sefcik plays right field. Gavin Kelly is catching for the pitcher, and Joey Colucci. And we begin now with Camden Johnson. The umpires around the diamond for today's game start with Sam Finn calling balls and strikes behind home plate, Joe Gravina at first base, and Michael Schukerman at third. Out of Oklahoma, Camden Johnson, the first batter of the day against Joey Colucci. This is the 4th time that Joey Colucci and the Cotuit Kettleers have met. The first pitch just down low. It's going
to be interesting to see how Colucci does here. He's gotten better in each of his outings against the Kettleers. You know that he has the scout against the Cotuit hitters, but it goes both ways. Cotuit knows what Colucci does good and what he does bad, so this is going to be a really interesting matchup.
Chopped grounder, left side, easy play for Cooney on the flip. Bourne had a really good start yesterday from Reese Bowie. Hard to get, much better than what he did. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, just 1 run scored with 2 walks and 2 Ks. They're looking for that out of Colucci today. His best start on the season came in his first appearance, 4 innings pitched, just 5 hits and 1 earned run. You're looking for that again against Cotuit, has not allowed less than 2. But even that, Adam, you're satisfied with a 2-run result, as Ryan Farber is the next batter for Cotuit.
Without a doubt, if you can just get some, length here from Colucci in less than 4 runs, you have a chance to win.
It's a quick start for John LeGrande, gets those feet moving, and grabs the ball for out number 2.
Now standing from Missouri State, center fielder number 19, Caden Bogenpole.
That's an excellent start for Colucci to get 2 outs that quickly. The one thing he struggled with at times is getting really deep into his pitch count. But if he can get Kettleers down quickly and efficiently, then that really helps out this Braves pitching staff, which, of course, had to play in 1 more game than the Kettleers in the last round.
Definitely changes things up. More arms available for Cotuit. Not only the fact that they only played 2 games, but also they had that day off yesterday as Bogenpole takes the first pitch low for a ball. That can change things a lot. Cotuit still have yet to throw 6 of their pitchers. And some of them Bourne has seen before. Colucci paints one down Broadway right there. It's a 5-pitch mix for the righty hurler at 6'5". Fastball, slider, changeup, cutter, curveball. Sticks mostly to those fastball and slider pitches, just about 80% of the time.
When it comes to the matchup in this series, I imagine we see something very similar as the last one for Bourne, where Scott Landers will get really deep into the outings for his relievers, let them go 3-4 innings. Cotuit will have its bullpen guys maybe just go 1 or 2 at the max.
That's what we saw in the first couple games for Cotuit. Only 2 guys throwing more than 25 pitches, and overall. They kept their arms to a minimum, while Bourne elected to just have long-distance appearances as Bogenpol rips one foul to the right side, and it's a 1-2 count again. Bogenpol in the regular season batted .242, led this team in walks. Right now he's keeping himself alive by way of his bat. Deepest at bat so far for Cotuit, and he ends it there. Strikeout looking, out 3 in the first as we send things to the bottom of the first inning here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV. Nick Wimberly on the mound for the Cotuit Kettleers, and up first, Kelly, Lewis, and Holcomb.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
About as good of a start as you could get today. Joey Cotuit with a great beginning on the mound. The Bourne Braves will now bring their bats out, looking to defend this Dorn Park lead. They've won one game here, lost one. Cotuit looking hopefully to be the next victim of the Bourne Braves. Same way it was last year, Adam, in the West Division Championship. They hosted Cotuit. It was Cotuit who took game one here. Rather, Bourne took game one here at Dorn.
Now batting from West Virginia, catcher number 7.
Cotuit took game one at home. It was the Kettleers who were the first seed last year. Bourne was last place in the division, even though they were tied for second because of the tiebreaker.
That's right. Bourne fourth place in the Cape League West Division a year ago. A little bit different this time around. It's Cotuit who's third and Bourne who is the 1 seed. Here's the first offering from Wimberly. It's slowly grounded to the left side. In was the third baseman, Johnson. Makes it easy for the play at first.
The West Division Championship game here at Dorn Park last year, Game 2, was a really weird one. It was a cold, rainy night. It was a very long game. I remember maybe 8th or 9th inning being right behind home plate, looking around and seeing there was almost no one in the crowd. It was just, one of those nights that did not feel like a playoff game with the atmosphere. But it was, a really intense one. And it was, of course, a must-win game for the Braves after they lost game one.
Not a ginormous crowd here today. A little bit smaller than the two we've had earlier this playoffs, I'd say, but could easily grow with the passion that these Dorn fans bring.
I think about it this way. This is already the third home playoff game this year for the Braves fans. Last year they had just 3 in total.
That's a good point. Bourne hoping to make it more. They'll at least have that same amount. With a win today, we'll possibly have one more, depending on what happens on the other side of the bracket. It's Harwich and YD squaring off as Lewis has looked 3 by, and all of them to his delight. 3 balls in a row.
Because technically, if you look at it this way, a win today guarantees at least one more home game, because it'll at least be Game 3 or the championship series, you get at least one home game.
True, true. In Game 2 of the Championship Series. They would face Harwich if that's their opponent, or YD, they could have hosting rights. It's an easy walk for Cade Lewis. You know, Adam, Cade has just been a little bit more patient recently. In the playoffs, has a walk already, and it's not kind of the type of batter we saw from him in the regular season, but those final couple of weeks, we saw him rest the bat on the shoulder in a good way.
Yeah, he definitely got better with that. A lot of these Braves players did throughout the season. As they were seeing pitches, getting used to these Cape League umpires, they really started to work deeper into counts, and that helps a lot. You look at this guy, Braden Holcomb, that's really the story of his season.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Holcomb, a prime example. He swings and misses at the first offering. That defensive alignment from Cotuit, by the way, starts with Camden Johnson at third base, Ryan Farber at short, Luke Matthews at second base, and Landon Beaver playing first base. In the outfield from left to right, Zan Von Schlegel, Caden Bogenpole, and Nolan Stevens. And catching for the pitcher in Nick Wimberly is Taggart Tyson. Jack Natilli and Taggart Tyson have kind of been those two catchers for Cotuit in the late part of this season. It was Tyson who we saw this most recent Saturday, but Natilli, for the most part, the catcher that Bourne is familiar with their earlier matchups this season. Holcomb's going to lay off this one just inside. Cade Lewis there at first base, did not steal a bag in the regular season and has not stolen one yet in the playoffs. Holcomb just a very impressive player, Adam. I got to ask you, you were able to see him so much a year ago when he was with this Bourne team that beat Hyannis in the first round, beat Cotuit in the second round, and eventually made it to the Cape League Championship. What do you see as the positive differences between this Braden Holcomb we see right now and the one, a different version a year ago?
Yeah, he's just maturing, and it's the thing that you love to see, and I think it's the one thing that, you know, he knows that he needed to improve on. You know, you could see at times last year Holcomb would get a little bit frustrated if he struck out or if there was a call that didn't go his way. In the sport of baseball, you have to be even-keeled if you want to have success, and Holcomb's done an excellent job this year of just being patient and being much more even-keeled.
I feel like the prime example of that, once we knew maybe things were different, Adam, was that Mercy loss to Brewster in Game 5 of the season. We heard the day after Braden Holcomb organized a players-only meeting, and just that leadership quality, maybe something you didn't have the year before, but the second-year Brave has stepped into those big leader shoes and has been a role model for a lot of the guys on this team. He's going to go down looking right there. Painted pitch on the inside edge.
Saw last year, Bourne had some great leadership. Garrett Michelle, Chris Stanfield, guys who are really known around college baseball for being leaders, and that's something that you need if you want to go far in the title. We saw Holcomb in Game 1 of the last series, what he'll do backing up his teammates. You know, he's a perfect guy to lead this team if they want to go back to the championship.
Someone who you can imagine certainly looks up to Braden Holcomb is the man at the plate right now in Riker Wade. Commodore teammates at Vanderbilt. And Riker Wade, a guy who didn't get much playing time in his freshman season in Vandy, will certainly get a lot more this coming college season. Just a spectacular player all around. Led in a lot of statistical categories for Bourne in the regular season. Scored the most runs, had the most triples, home runs, RBIs. And for a while had the highest batting average. Maybe was the most fun player to watch defensively. He just did it all for this team and stepped into this role where, you know, you and I, Adam, at the start of the season certainly wouldn't have expected it.
No, not at all. He's just been an absolute stud. And one of those players that has probably taken advantage of the, you know, new form of the Cape League where there's so many players that leave. He stayed here throughout the entire season and saw the benefits of it. And you could see him improve as the year went on. His patience has always been great at the plate, but he really started to hit for power more. And, you know, one of the guys who had multi-home runs.
One of 4 for Bourne. The only remaining player on the roster to have multiple home runs is the man at the plate. Cahill, Aloy, Logan Hughes, and Drew Wires, the other 3 to do it earlier this season. The 2-2 is put foul to the other side of the switch hitting Riker Wade. Wade batting mostly lefty this playoffs, just dealing with a injury to his thumb that prohibits him from batting righty for the most part. For home, it's another look at first base for Cade Lewis, giving him a lot of attention, although Lewis a guy not known for his stealing ability.
It'd be big here for Wimberley to try and get out of this after that one-out walk. Free passes weren't really an issue for him in his first start.
2-2 is upstairs, and even last at bat, Adam, it was a decently high pitch count at bat with Braden Holcomb.
Wimberley was incredibly efficient his last outing, just 62 pitches in 5 innings. 46 strikes, 16 balls. He's already thrown 6 strikes and 9 balls today, so you're almost halfway there.
The payoff is outside, and it's another walk. He's already doubled the walks he had in his first start in just the first inning today. And Bourne started to once again see a pitcher who looked incredible in the regular season, especially in their recent history, start to show a little bit of mortality early in games.
Yeah, and you got to take advantage of it here. You got a chance now with a runner in scoring position at the start. This Braves offense hasn't been good to start games so far in the playoffs. No runs in the first or second inning, so you really want to try and attack early and get on the board first.
Cal Sefcik at the plate. He takes the first pitch strike. 3-pitch mix for Wimberley, fastball, slider, and changeup. Only had 1 walk in his first start, an ERA of 0, a whip of just .6. Late swing from Sefcik. He might have cracked his bat right there. This is the third game here at Dorn Park in 4 days. A lot of big fans in attendance. Back in game 2 at Hyannis, it was the players who talked about how the impact of the fans really felt like they were playing for something. The little things can change it just like that. It's Sefcik who slices one again. He is down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Sefcik on the postseason so far is bat .273, playing in his 4th straight game today. You know, one of the overlooked parts of this playoff series is if you go 3 every game, as Sefcik gets struck out there on the inside edge. Could be 9 games in a row, potentially, if you go all the way. We'll step aside here for the end of the first inning. Top 2 on the other side of this short break. Joey Colucci, after a 1-2-3 inning, steps back out, looking to do it again on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV.
You can't stop us from dancing. You can't stop us.
There's been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed, or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
Top of the second here in Game 1 of the West Division Championship. The hosting Bourne Braves in a 0-0 ball game against Cotuit. Heart of the order up for the Cats. Zan von Schlegel leads it off. This guy was just incredible in the regular season. Only 11 games, but hit .410. Reminds you a lot on the other side, and Cal Sefcik, who did something similar in a similar amount of games, Adam. But you need these guys, late season pickups who just turn your team up to another notch.
Yeah, Von Schlegel's just been excellent. First ever Cape League player from the University of St. Thomas, and he's showing out for his boys back in Minnesota. Just an excellent start to his summer here on the Cape.
Chops one high left side. Should be an easy one for Riker Waite, and it is. A lot of Minnesota representation in the Cape League. Cade Lewis from Minnesota, Will Whalen, also a Minnesota native. Bourne had a player earlier this summer in Weber Niels, both from the University of Minnesota and from the state of Minnesota. You wouldn't expect it to be a huge baseball state, but great representation.
Yeah, their Twins have been pretty decent recently.
True. Very true. They're playing some good baseball. That entire Midwest has some solid teams. Brewers and Cubs, too. Landon Beaver out of UAB. Also a late season pickup for the Kettleers. Hit 400 in 3 games in the regular season, and just 2 games in the postseason, he's hitting 300. Seems like Lauren Hibbs already adopting the good strategies to set up your team well for the Cape League Championship. Just understanding the moves needed to be made, Adam, and clearly paying off in his first season as the Cotuit manager.
Definitely, just so much experience in that Cotuit dugout, and it's going to be interesting to see without Hibbs today in there if anything changes in terms of the pitching. You don't think it will, and again, said it in the pregame, but Kevin Frady, who's the acting manager today, has a lot of experience. He knows what he's doing, and so it's just going to be interesting. It's always tough to be without your manager in a playoff game.
Bourne has only been without their manager once this season. It came after an early game ejection of Scott Landers, where it was Ed Blankmeyer, who was the bench coach, has been the best bench coach all season, and became the acting manager. Not bad to have that guy slot into position when he coached St. John's baseball for 20 years and was once the coaching staff of the Brooklyn Cyclones. As it's another one rung up for Joey Colucci. Second strikeout so far.
This is the best that Colucci has looked all summer. He's got a 5-pitch mix, and he's using a bunch of his pitches right now. He's got them all down, 5 up, 5 down on just 16 pitches. Now, this is without a doubt the best that he's looked. Just have to continue it now.
Hasn't really had that shutout start. His first 2 starts gave up 1 run, then 2 runs, and his only shutout outing came in relief, 3 2/3 against Harwich at home.
His first start, I think, was his best against YD. The 3rd game of the season, gave up just a run in 4 innings, avoided hard contact throughout the entirety of that game. And then he slotted into the bullpen. Has been a really interesting guy throughout this season. It's been fun to watch his development, and I'm really happy that he's been able to find his way back into this rotation for the postseason.
A real chance with this game that he makes his last start of the season, so trying to do it well. Down to the count 2-1 to Jack Natilli. Natilli led the Cape League in RBIs in the regular season with 24, had 6 home runs, was certainly a candidate for Cape League Player of the Year. Pitch misses low, and Colucci in a 3-1 count. Another one to the shortstop, Waite. Takes a weird hop, but he fields it cleanly and gets it for out number 3. 6 up, 6 down for the UVA arm in Joey Colucci. A perfect start for him as we take things to the break in the middle of the 2nd inning on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV.
make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
We're offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
0-0 the score in Game 1 of the West Division Championship. Luke Costello, after a day off, returns to the starting lineup for Bourne and for the first time faces Nick Wimberly. The FAU pitcher saw 5 batters in the first inning, threw 2 walks. That controls something to focus on here in the second inning if it continues. That first one foul by Costello. Chops it high and foul just off the third base line. You saw those 2 walks, Adam, from Cade Lewis and Riker Waite. Both drew the base on balls. Now you're hoping to see, for Cotuit's sake, that Wimberly tightens up this inning a little bit. Now 1 inning more comfortable here at Dorn Park.
Definitely want to see length here from Wimberly. Him be able to go 4 or 5 innings in this game. You need that in the playoffs.
It's been a really good start for Joey Colucci, the other starter in this game for Bourne. As this one is put into the outfield by Costello, and he has his first single of the Cape League season. Had only had doubles to this point, not inherently the worst thing in the world, but nice to add some variety to that box score, and does it in an efficient way, ball to the outfield.
Definitely, he's been a real nice addition to this team over the last week. Hit almost 300 in his true freshman year at Wake, and just a real talent.
He'll be heading to the Demon Deacons next year as well, looking to be an integral part of a team that's looking to get back to postseason glory, where the 1 seed a few years ago couldn't get it done, and just need that playoff success to come with the regular season success. Man at the plate is also from a really good baseball school in Alabama. It's Jason Torres who takes the first pitch on the outside edge from Wimberly.
How about hit the ground?
Torres appearing in his second game of the playoffs today, as this could be 2, and it is. Great play by that middle of the infield. Matthews, Farber, and Beaver to get it done. And just like that, the runner erased, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
It's funny how things work. Cotuit turned the least amount of double plays of anyone in the regular season with just 23 and 40 games. Now they've got 4 in just 3 short games in the playoffs.
Things can change quick. This defense stepped up, only 2 errors so far. 5 shy of Bourne's 7 in their first 3 games. Ryan Cooney at the plate, still looking for his first hit of the postseason. He's reached with errors, but still yet to have that first hit, and he might get it here. Farber dives. He's not there. And it's a hit for Ryan Cooney, keeping this inning alive with 2 outs.
Braves are doing a real good job of putting the ball in play. They realized in that first inning that this is going to be an expanded zone today, 2 backwards Ks, so now they're swinging the bat and doing a good job.
There's already been 4 strikeouts this game, 3 of them looking. All 3 of those came in the first inning, so the teams for Cotuit and Bourne have both learned their lesson. Now the last batter we haven't seen yet today from Bourne is John Legrande. Cooney's going to dive in safely at first. John Legrande has been the best postseason player so far for the Braves, hitting at .455. A double, a stolen base. No RBIs, but just that batting average number. Incredible.
It's funny, he hit .375 when hitting in the 9-hole in the regular season. He was a leadoff guy for a lot of the year, but now that you've found Gavin Kelly in the top of the order, I think that having Legrande at the bottom of the order really opens things up for the offense and makes 1 through 9 just so dangerous.
John Legrande heading into this game had played 2 spots in the 9-hole, once in the 8-hole. He's just been spectacular. He swings at the 1-1, puts it the opposite way. This could be fair and dangerous. It is. Goes all the way into the corner. Ryan Cooney going to run fast from third base. And the Braves are on top to start. John Legrande continues to impress. Gets his first postseason RBI. And the score 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning.
Already the 3rd double of the playoffs for John Legrande. He has really stepped up in these big moments. He's just a monster. One of the guys who's been here since day 1. He is fighting through a lot of pain and, just doing everything that he can to try and put this team on top.
And it's a man who easily could keep this inning going in Gavin Kelly. John Legrande now on second base, and Kelly takes the first one outside.
It's important that the Braves got on the board first. That's something that they were only able to do in Game 3 last series, but now you want to try and extend this lead and make it more than 1 to start the game.
Talked about it in the pregame, but you want to see that progression from game to game offensively. The count 1-1 here to Wimberly. He gives his first earned run of the season with that. Had been just amazing to start. In his 5-inning outing last time, did not give up a single run at all.
Now it's just all about limiting, keeping it at just 1 run. He did a good job after putting runners on first and second in the first inning of not allowing any. Now you got to just put up another 0 here, or put up just 1 here. Don't allow it to become a crooked number, and hope that you put up 0s later on and you can keep it a close game. Not the end of the world to just give up 1 run.
Kelly bloops one softly into no man's land. No one's there, and here comes Legrande. It's another RBI at bat for Bourne. They're up 2 in Game 1 of the West Division Championship.
Now batting from Wake Forest, third baseman number 23.
Just a heck of a 2-out rally here after the double play. A single, double, and another single to bring home a pair of runs. That's how you manufacture offense in the playoffs. This is not a league where you see a lot of home runs. Just 4 of them in 10 playoff games to get things going. Just 7 all season here at Durham Park. You got to do it the small way, and just a great job by the Braves.
Even more impressive considering it started on the back of a double play. Jason Torres grounded into a 4-6-3. We were expecting maybe this inning to end rather quick, but the Braves offense not letting that happen. Cooney, Legrande, and Kelly keeping it alive with 3 consecutive hits and 2 runs to score. Cade Lewis now, he got on with a walk back in the first inning. He's now appearing for the second time in as many frames. And Wimberly now throws his first strike to Cade Lewis this game. It was a 4-pitch walk the first time around. The count 1-1 right now as Kelly creeps off first base. He's a fast fella. Maybe could come around with a double. Now it's Lewis who has to protect. We're not showing a lot of lefties against this right-handed pitcher today. Just 3, and Cade Lewis, Riker Waite, and John Legrande. As the runner goes, the pitch is outside, and the ball gets by. A risky play here for Kelly. He's at the third base. And they're manufacturing runs at him. Kelly yet to come around to score, but just makes it 180 feet easier for Cade Lewis to get the RBI.
Great job there by Gavin Kelly to read that bounce into the outfield. He saw that it went a bit to the right so that the shortstop Farber couldn't get there in time. It had to be the center fielder Bogenpole, and he wasn't close enough backing it up.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Lewis. He swings, puts it into the outfield, and it's a 3-run inning for Bourne. How about the Braves? They're showing out at Doran Park in Game 1 of the West Division Championship.
Last night it was a 3-run bottom of the third. Here a 3-run bottom of the second. This is this Braves offense that you really wanted to see in this game. Just hit after hit. That's now 4 in a row.
And here comes the pitching coach for Cotuit. Tim O'Connor out from the dugout just to have a short conversation with Nick Wimberly. This is not a typical Nick Wimberly outing. He was really solid earlier this season. 1.24 ERA in high school. Had not allowed an ERA on the Cape yet. And in the Cal Ripken League, had an ERA of just 2.67. And sometimes you face an offense as powerful as Bourne's, and it's a different beast.
It really is. You know, this is a tough spot to be in as a guy who only pitched once in the regular season, to be thrusted into the division finals in a real intense atmosphere here in Bourne. And Wimberly, you just got to keep this at 3 runs. Don't allow this to get any worse. If you give up 3 runs in a start, your team is still absolutely in the game. You just got to keep it at 3. Any more, and then things start to get a little bit scary.
Braden Holcomb wanting to continue this 2-out rally. All 3 runs started after the bases were empty with 2 outs. Just extraordinarily impressive, and that grit that you need to have in the Cape League playoffs. And Bourne has shown it these last 2 games.
They really have. And if you look at Game 2 of the last series, Bourne starter Folger Boaz gave up 4 earned runs in less than 4 innings, and yet the Braves were still able to win it. So, that proves this game is nowhere close to over. You got to keep piling on offense. Anything can happen in postseason baseball. No game is ever over. No lead is ever safe.
Biggest comeback of the season for Bourne in Game 2. Just 1 round to go. But also, you have to give attention to the Bourne pitching now. Joey Colucci, who's been 6 up, 6 down so far, has to continue that brand of baseball, Adam.
Yeah, you got to keep putting up zeros in the top halves of innings. Cotuit's going to need to try and bounce back early.
That one's going to run inside, hit Braden Holcomb. He's on first base.
That stings right on the rib. Hit him pretty high up in the chest.
Shortstop number 3, Riger Wade.
Got to take advantage of this for Bourne. After the double play, it's now 5 that have reached in a row. Pile on here, get more than 3 in, and try and put this game out of reach before it starts.
An RBI already for Riker Wade in the playoffs. That came via walk. But he had 17 and led this Bourne Braves team in RBIs in the regular season. Shared that lead with the 2 men on base before him, Lewis and Holcomb. First pitch to the lefty, it's outside. Lewis at second base. Could make this a 4-0 ball game if he has the time on a base hit from Wade. Holcomb at first. A very speedy batter. Riker Wade back in this cleanup spot for the 2nd straight game. He was down in the lineup in Game 2 against Hyannis. Had his first hit in that game since all the way back on July 27th. And as Wimberly continues to waver here in the bottom of the 2nd, action starts going in the bullpen for Cotuit. The 2-1. Slap foul. Dylan Scudder warming up, the right-hander out of Bryant. He's been maybe the best reliever for Cotuit all season long, only a .77 ERA in 11 2/3.
Gave up his first earned run of the season the last time that he faced Bourne in 2 2/3 innings.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Wimberly's out of it, but the Bourne Braves scored 3 in the bottom of the second inning. Let's take things to the top of the third. Just before that, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay, Bourne's premier senior living community, conveniently located adjacent to the Cape Cod Canal. Visit us at Keystone Place at buzzardsbay.com. Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves. Joey Colucci looking to continuing his good streak here in the third inning when we return the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV.
Laughing in Savannah, the Bay Street moon, by the wet smell of sulfur.
Offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Top of the third inning, and the Braves have the lead. Game 1 of the West Division Championship. The series tied, of course, at zeros, but this game means a lot. If Bourne wins it, they go back to Lowell Park for the third time this season, looking to close out the series and appear for the fifth season in a row in the Cape League Championship. On the other side, the Cotuit Kettleers would go back on the ropes if they can't come back in this one. We'll see the last three we haven't seen so far for Cotuit in this inning. Nolan Stevens, the first batter, goes 7, 8, 9. 6 up, 6 down to begin for Cotuit. 2 strikeouts mixed in there as well for the right-handed pitcher out of UVA in Joey Colucci. This one sails maybe higher than any ball we've seen at Dorn Park this season. It's the second baseman, Ukuni, who makes the grab on the line.
You know, Devon, I don't think anyone in this game has not heard about what happened last year in the series between these teams when Cotuit won Game 1 and then lost Games 2 and 3. Everyone knows Game 1 is not everything. It's just a good start, but you really want to dominate this game and try and, you know, just destroy mentally your opponent. This is a long series. Just because you win Game 1, that doesn't mean anything. You really want to make things difficult going into the next couple of days. You do that by getting to the other team's bullpen, forcing them to throw a lot of pitchers, having your pitchers, you know, not get deep into the bullpen so that you're stronger throughout the game.
Well, we saw it as a prime example in Game 1 where Bourne lost it to Hyannis in the first round of the Cape League playoffs and went on to win Games 2 and 3, and now they're here. Down to the count, Luke Matthews. No balls, 2 strikes. Matthews has been the best bat so far for Cotuit. 3 RBIs, hitting .500. Today playing the 8-hole.
I mentioned that Lauren Hibbs was not here earlier today. He did just walk in. I hope that he's all okay and true trooper to come back out here.
Absolutely. We'll see if the manager duties switch over to the man typically in charge in Lauren Hibbs. We'll keep an eye out if he goes into their dugout. Colucci, third K of the day. Man, is he showing his best stuff we've seen all season, Adam. He's just been spectacular.
Yeah, and there's the cutter. He places it perfectly on the outside part of the zone, just doing such a good job of mixing up his pitches. He's using everything in his arsenal right now, and it's all working. And you have a guy who can go 5 pitches deep and isn't afraid to throw them all in any count, then it's just so hard to hit against.
You know, it's contrary from a guy in Reese Bowie who we saw yesterday. He has 3 fastballs, but it's mainly the fastball, slider, and changeup for him. Cotuit really mixes in all 5 whenever he can. Fastball, slider, changeup, cutter, curve. Continues to attack here against Taggart Tyson. Taggart did get awarded the error in that first inning. Only the 3rd error of the postseason for Cotuit. And now he's down in the count with no balls and 2 strikes. Cotuit for back-to-back Ks to retire the side. Yes, sir. 3-0. Braves on top. Let's bring things to the bottom of the 3rd on the Cape Cod on Cape League TV and the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Could you get much better than this for Bourne? They're on top by 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, and they're pitching perfect through 3 innings. They'll begin here with the middle of the order in Cal Sefcik. Sefcik went down looking to end the 1st, but Wimberly in the 2nd inning showed a different version of himself. He let 3 runs by, and Bourne command this game, looking to add it right now. This part of the order, and after it, that got it going before. It's a tough one to field for both sides. Laying out is Stevens. He can't get it, and the ball way loose. Sefcik, a double, and things just not going right for Cotuit right now.
This is a really tough field to play in right. It's really deep in the alleys. It's really deep down the line. And so Stevens is playing really far in the gap to account for that. So it's such a long run there on those bloopers. You just can't get there in time. Dove tried his best, but it's going to be a double for Cal Sefcik.
Didn't get a great jump on it either. He's, for the 2 that he's missed fielded so far, he's been a little bit shifted to the left as Costello takes the first one on the inside edge. It was Gavin Kelly's blooper and RBI, and then before that, or rather after that, Cal Sefcik's double right there. Just a little bit shifted to the left, and now you can see him, he's back in a normal spot. It'll be a good bunt here for Costello. An easy throw for Wimberly, but small ball brings the runner to 3rd. And Costello, a team player right there, does his job.
Great job there, the sack bunt with the runner on 2nd and no outs. You'd love to see it. And you say how Nolan Stevens moves to his right now to get closer to the line. The thing is now that gap in right center field is absolutely massive. Anything put there, has a chance to maybe be a triple if it's, a hard deflection off the wall. This is just such a tough field to play at defensively.
It's Torres at the plate. Rounded into a 4-6-3 double play back an inning ago. After those 2 outs, Bourne just went on a spectacular run. RBIs from LeGrande, Kelly, and Lewis to bring 3 runs in.
Scudder's still getting loose in the bullpen. You wonder how tight this leash is on Wimbush after he struggled, or Wimberly, I should say, after he struggled in the last inning, gave up 3 runs, and already's put another runner on third here. And remember, he walked 2 in the first inning.
Hard grounder left side with the infield in. They're going to throw home, and that one there. It was really close. Sefcik almost got under it, but a good tag by Taggart Tyson.
Now batting from Oregon.
That's out number 2 in bottom 3.
I think it's my one disagreement with the entire Braves coaching staff this season. I think that's the 4th time that we've seen a guy come straight home on a ground ball with the runner on third and the infield end. Most guys are going to make that play. It's a 90-foot throw home. Ball moves way faster than your feet. Would you rather have 2 outs and a runner on third, or 2 outs and a runner on first?
This another one, blooper right side. Stevens can't get it, and Torres to third. Cooney again gets the hit, and this 2-out rally could be for life again for Bourne. Thankfully, they get the runner back on third, so it's almost like that ground down at home plate is erased with now 2 outs and runners on the corners.
And you think Nolan Stevens maybe took a little bit of his anger out on that throw, because that was just a rocket into third. I thought for a second that maybe they were going to get Torres on the tag, but he just barely got there in time. Nice hustle getting from first to third.
They're just peppering him right now out in right field.
He's got to be tired.
I imagine so. That ball way out. And an easy run home for Jason Torres. The lead at 4 for Bourne.
Said this in the last inning, but you got to keep adding on. No lead is ever safe in the playoffs, even this 4-0. You got to keep scoring. You got to end this game. Don't even give Cotuit a chance to get back into it.
With a runner in scoring position, it's far from over. That gap in right center field, Adam, the biggest it's been all game, and a man who likes to put balls into the outfield, and the gap could bring a run home here with exactly that hit.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of an interesting shift against John LeGrande. He's put a lot of balls pretty sharply down the right field line this season. We saw his double last night that was directly down the line and right. And anything there is going to be a really long run for Stevens. With Bogenpol in center playing shifted to the left, there's a lot of room there in right center field where LeGrande often likes to put the baseball.
LeGrande did put it opposite field his last time up. Got the RBI with the double.
I mean, that's one of those things about him. He's such a great veteran hitter. He has the ability to spray the ball to all parts of the field. So, you don't really ever worry about him against a shift. He's really just a true shift buster.
The control is starting to be a problem again for Nick Wimberly. 2 balls, no strikes. And again, way outside, Cooney's going to get easily to third base. You talked about that goal of this first game, Adam, just demoralizing. The way the Braves are playing right now, that could be the result of this game if this continues. Is the 3-0 outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to send LeGrande to first base.
Scudder's now been warming up for a while out of the bullpen. You got to think he's ready. And Here's going to be the change.
So as Tim O'Connor comes out of the Cotuit dugout, that's the day for Nick Wimberly. Let's send things to a break here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV. Be back with Dylan Scudder on the mound for Cotuit.
Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the possible.
Dylan Scudder now on the mound for Cotuit as Bourne continue with this 2-out rally. John LeGrande on first base, Ryan Cooney on third, and the man who in his last at-bat had an RBI, Gavin Kelly. He steps back up looking to once again make it multiple RBIs. Already had 2 yesterday on a triple. And Scudder's pitch mix, fastball, changeup, slider. He's been one of the best relievers all season for Cotuit, but steps into a pretty rough situation. Cotuit down by 4 here in the bottom of the third. His first move will be to look over to first base at John LeGrande.
You wonder if maybe you see Scott Landers go with a double steal here. Tyson has struggled behind home plates and showing up. Test him here, especially with a new pitcher in the game.
The first one now on its way to Gavin Kelly. Nick Wimberly in his 2 2/3 innings allowed 7 hits, 4 runs all earned with 3 walks and 3 Ks. It was the control, a problem for him. A couple wild pitches, a hit batter. That can kill you. And Scudder right here not showing any better signs of that control. 2 pitches way high to start. Scudder 6'7", maybe just pitching to his side for the first 2, and then he'll come back down into the strike zone.
And it looks like there's still some action. Guys just stretching around in the Cotuit bullpen.
That one in the zone. Kelly couldn't get to it.
Much needed bounce back pitch there.
Bourne has been excellent this game on the 2-out rallies. Scored 3 after no one was on with 2 outs. It's been the same thing here. As the pitch misses, Kelly swings into it, but LeGrande easily walks into second base on the stolen bat.
Yeah, there's that double steal. LeGrande tried to get himself in a pickle to allow Cooney to come home. But Tyson just not biting on it. Smart decision there. You got to make sure that you don't allow a run to score on, another throwing error like the wild pitch.
The 2-2. Swing left field. It's down. 1 runner scores, and Cooney. This will be a close play at the plate. and the ball comes loose. LaGrande safe. The Bourne Braves have 6 runs.
This is exactly what you wanted to see. Just showing no mercy on offense. No lead is ever safe. You got to keep piling on and make it so that the other team cannot come back. And that's exactly what the Braves are doing here. 3 runs in the last inning, 3 runs again, and this is now the most that the Braves have scored in any postseason game, and we're in just the 3rd inning.
Gavin Kelly with another RBI right there. He's awarded the single and reaches second base on the throw from left field. And another runner in scoring position for Lewis. He puts this one right side. And how about that? Can you get any better than this? The Bourne Braves up 7-0 after the Cade Lewis RBI. Kelly home from second. It's just been the top and bottom of this Bourne order. To surprise us, there's no other way to put it. It's their best offensive game of the postseason.
I don't know how much of a surprise it is, though, if you were watching the entire regular season, because this is the Braves offense that showed up so many times. The first 3 games of the playoffs were a little bit different, and I think Scott Landers knows that his team was a little bit lucky to get through that series, considering they didn't play their best baseball. This is the Bourne Braves that we're used to. There were so many times where they just had these massive offensive explosions. It's an offense that led the league in batting average, second in the league in runs per game. They were there for a reason, because they continuously did things like this. We were waiting for it in the first 3 games of the postseason, and now it's finally showed up.
We talked about in the pregame, Adam, just wanted to see that progression from game to game. Now Bourne has a clear, positive, linear relationship with games played and runs scored. 1 run back in game 1, 4 in game 2, 5 in game 3, and 7 here in game 4. Apologies, that was 5 in game 2 and 5 more in game 3. But still, Bourne just continuing to show that offensive prowess that they did in the regular season, just as you mentioned, Adam. And what's great about that is those big offensive games have come in streaks. As Holcomb pops this one back, and it'll be out of play.
Yeah, those 5 runs in game 2, they only had 3 of them down to their final strike. So even though they got to 5 runs, it wasn't that way at the start of the game.
Right.
Here you score 7 in the first 3 innings. Yeah, this is just incredible, considering the Braves have only scored 3 runs in the first 3 innings in the first 3 games of the playoffs.
The full count pitch from Scudder. Left side, and it's got in Farber's glove. 2 very long innings for the Cotuit Kettleers, and ones that probably flew by for the Bourne Braves. They lead by 7 here at Dorn Park. Before we step aside on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV, let's bring things over to our sideline reporter, Ariel Tamir-Pinsky.
Devon, last night the Braves beat the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in the first round of playoffs. That's the 4th year in a row the Braves have knocked the Harbor Hawks out in the first round. Last year, it was just 1 game, loser goes home, and they sent Hyannis home 5-1. But field manager Scott Landers told me he tips his hat to Hyannis. He feels they played a great series and that the Braves escaped by with the win last night. He needs this team to play a clean, complete game of baseball tonight. And you know what? It's looking good so far. But guys, it's a rematch on both sides of the division this year from last year. YD at Harwich. It's a seeding swap, but it's the same. And here, a rivalry matchup for Cotuit and Bourne.
Thank you so much, Ariel. That YD Harwich matchup was a first-round matchup last year where the Mariners took it en route to a Cape League championship. Bourne up 7-0 as we take things to the top of the 4th inning. Adam Gotkin has your play-by-play on the other side of this break in the middle innings here at Dorn Park.
At the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here we go into the middle innings at Dorn Park, and Joey Colucci has been just flat out perfect for the Bourne Braves so far. He has not allowed a single base runner, and now he's set to go through the order for a second time. It was 3 ground outs, a pop out, a fly out, and 4 strikeouts the first time through the order. Camden Johnson grounded out to second. Here he takes the first pitch, ball, count 1-0. Just incredible. You think of the offense for the Braves, 9 hits in the first 3 innings. Colucci hasn't allowed a single base runner. We heard Scott Landers talk about it with Ariel, Tamir-Pinsky in the pregame, but the key today was going to be playing all 3 facets of the game. You know, that's where they struggled yesterday. The pitching and the hitting was decent. They had 5 errors in the field. Today, everywhere looks really solid.
You need that complete game, Adam. Now this game, like you've said so many times, so far from over, you really need to see the full 9 innings to be satisfied. But, you know, as a start to a game goes, this may be the best of the season we've seen from Bourne when you combine the amazing pitching and the awesome offense.
Colucci at risk of putting the first runner on of the day, but fires a strike. Bounce back, now it's 3-1. Colucci doesn't have a scoreless start on the season. Gave up 2 earned runs in each of his 3 against Cotuit. And he makes it 10 up, 10 down as Camden Johnson grounds out to second for the second time today. So here's Ryan Farber, the shortstop. He flew out to left his first time up.
Shortstop number 33, Ryan Farber.
You think as this game keeps going for Cotuit, the frustration will just keep setting in.
Sometimes, Adam, that can lead to motivation. You feel like you get embarrassed on one stage, you bring it back home in front of your home crowd and hope to reverse that embarrassment.
Can be both, though.
Yeah.
You never know.
Depending on the mental fortitude of your team, it could have an opposite effect and just completely take your team out of the next game and not feel like they want to play for anything.
We're in a sport where the mental side of things is everything.
Especially here in the Cape League, too.
Called strike on a high fastball.
This is the reason that Bourne has been so good over these past couple of years, is because Scott Landers gets players who want to be here for the whole season and are spectacular ball players. So when you combine those 2 factors, you get guys who want to win. You know, if tomorrow Cotuit shows up like they don't want to be there, then they weren't the better team after all, and they weren't fit to win a Cape League championship. But I don't expect that at all from the Kettleers. This is a team who really fought all season. We're maybe the most interesting team in the regular season, Adam. They started out so poorly, then brought it back with a huge win streak. Had some of the highest highs of the entire season.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, K number 5, battered 11. Retired in a row for Joey Colucci. And here comes Caden Bogenpole. He was the first strikeout victim. We've talked about it plenty of times this summer, but of course, the Harwich Mariners last year, very similar to Cotuit, had a lot of really bad times, especially early in the season. They had that 12-game losing streak, but you know, it's all what you do at the end of the season, and mentally they had everything you needed to be a championship team, and they ended up winning it in 3 games here at Dorn Park.
Certainly.
Bogenpole takes a first pitch strike.
Doesn't matter what you do in June or July. Just matters what you do in August. And if you look at Bourne going into this postseason, there was no team with a better combined last 10 record and winning streak. Bourne had the best winning streak in the Cape League. They also had the tied best last 10 record with Orleans. Orleans lost in round 1 after losing their last regular season game. And it's Bourne who's still here fighting to live another day and looking as good as ever. You know, you look at these past seasons for Bourne, and it's been, how are you as a team in the week leading up to the playoffs? Oftentimes, that's the best predictor for who goes well in August.
It was an identical June for the Braves this year to last year, 4-8-1 in the first month of the season, and an identical end of the season in terms of the team catching fire at the right time. Funny enough, last year the Braves were better in July and August, and yet they were the 4 seed. This year they're the 1 seed.
It's a very weird West Division this year.
Bogenpool gets a piece of it. Kelly throws to first, and Torres gets his foot off the bag. Sam Finn, the home plate umpire, nodding his head in agreement. Scott Landers is going to come out of the dugout because he did not agree with that, but the drop third strike puts the first runner on, and there goes the perfect game.
It's one way to lose one. Cotuit will still get the strikeout, but definitely not typical. From my view, Adam, it did look like Torres was just off the bag as the throw came. Just barely dragged that foot as the throw from Kelly came over.
So after a quick conversation, call on the field stands, and it is the 6th strikeout of the day for Joey Cotuit, but dropped. And so the first base runner on today for the Cotuit Kettleers. First pitch to Zamvon Schlegel, a called strike. Nice job for Cotuit to bounce back there with the first pitch after he allows his first base runner. By the way, it does go as a wild pitch against Cotuit on the drop third strike. Bounces back with back-to-back great pitches, and it's 0-2. He's got a chance to get out of the inning here. Slow chopper towards third and foul. Joey Cotuit's allowed his first base runner. Still hasn't given up a hit. Braves up big already and trying to put up another 0. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 7 Ks for Joey Cotuit. Just absolute perfection other than that drop third through 4 innings. So with that, we'll step aside. Be back in a moment on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network and Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Into the bottom of the fourth here at Dorn Park. The Bourne Braves already with a big 7-0 lead and looking to add on to it here with the middle of the order due up. It's Riker Waite, Cal Sefcik, and Luke Costello. Braves stranded runners on first and second in the first, scored 3 in the second and 4 in the third. No mercy rule in the postseason, but can't hurt to keep adding on. Riker Waite 0 for 1 to start the day. A walk and a strikeout. That one popped up into shallow left. Long run for everyone, and that drops in. Everything going the Braves' way. They're up to double-digit hits, and we don't even have an out in the fourth inning.
That seems like it's Sven Schlegel's ball, Adam. I realize that Farber thought he had a beat on it, but he's got to give way for the left fielder there. Just a lot better of a view, and at this point of the game, you can't be making those simple mistakes.
Just didn't get there in time. Either the left fielder or shortstop could reach it, and it's Cal Sefcik to the plate. He had a leadoff double back in the third inning. Struck out looking to end the first. Scudder throws over to first, and Waite gets back in time. Riker 0 for 1 attempting steals in the postseason. He was 13 for 19 in the regular season. The Braves had a majority of their steals in the first half of the year. Weren't as aggressive on the base paths in the second half.
And it wasn't like they were less successful by a large margin in the first half compared to the second half, but Bourne was a lot more successful in the second half of the season compared to the first. So you wonder how those two have a relationship, winning to aggressiveness in the base paths.
One of those causation versus correlation arguments.
Exactly. I think way more correlation.
I would agree with that, but at the end of the day, that is there. Waits on his way to second, pitches inside, throw into second, gets into center field again. Great read from Waite. He's on his way to third, and that one gets by. Took a hard hop off the dugout, so Waite will stay at third. But that is the second throwing error from the catcher, Taggart Tyson, to put a runner 90 feet away. So Sefcik, who already has 2 RBIs in the postseason with a chance for his third here. He's been excellent with a runner on third base and either no or 1 outs. He's had a bunch of sac flies in his short time on the Cape.
Adam, we've seen a lot of those situations where it's an errant throw from the catcher, but not before have we seen this aggressiveness on those errant throws.
Sharp grounder to short. This time Waite stays at third. Bit of an errant throw, but a good job by Beaver to bring it in.
I think they heard you from the inning ago.
In the last inning, Bourne had an out at home, a fielder's choice. This time Waite stays at third, and here's Luke Costello. He had an excellent bunt his last time up, a sacrifice that moved Cal Sefcik to third. Now he'll look to bring home a runner from third. He's got 1 RBI so far in the playoffs. Takes the first pitch, a ball inside.
He's a big hitter too, and depending on how Bourne want to approach this, get the sac fly, tack on 1 more run, or just keep attacking and try and make it way more than just 7 runs, double digits.
Breaking ball called strike. Gavin Jones, the right-hander out of Kent State, warming up in the bullpen right now for the Cotuit Kettleers. He actually got the start against the Bourne Braves the last time that these teams faced in the regular season and really struggled, gave up 4 runs in just an inning. That was a weird game overall, though, the way that Cotuit managed their pitching. They had 1 guy go an inning to start. Then they had another pitcher go an inning and 2/3 before Tim Tyler, who was originally supposed to be the starter, had the longest outing out of the bullpen. Almost like they used 2 openers before going back to their regular starter to pitch the middle innings. That was a game that didn't really mean too much in the greater scheme of things. It ended up meaning a lot because of what happened outside the game. Cotuit thought they were safely in the playoffs, but actually needed a win on the final day of the regular season because Falmouth had such a strong end to their regular season.
Also did give Bourne the 1 seed with that win. If Bourne didn't win that game, they still would have had it in a tie with Wareham, but certainly would have put more pressure on that Sunday game against YD.
Costello fouls another one off. Braves have scored a run in each of the last 2 innings, looking to make it 3 in a row here. Braves never scored more than 5 in the first round. This offense exploding here in the division finals. Nice foul tip there from Costello, and ooh, that's got to hurt. Nicks off the catcher, Taggart Tyson, in the last place you want to be hit. They're just showing some attention out of the Cotuit catcher. It's like he got hit right in the family jewels. That always really stings, and you could hear it. See Lauren Hibbs, the manager, back at the field for Cotuit. Missed the start of the game. It's Tyson. Just okay. Just got to walk it off. That's one that hurts. That's why I would never want to be a catcher.
Thankfully, they're, in most cases, not too serious. You walk it off a little bit and you feel better, but yeah, definitely not the most exciting part of the job.
Yeah, no, in the short term, whew, I was a former lacrosse goalie.
Oh, yeah.
Not fun. I don't know why we do that to ourselves, but it's fun. Just being like a punching bag, basically, for balls to hit you. But you know what? We love sports for a reason.
Especially in lacrosse, too. That might be one of the worst.
Yeah, not much padding.
Exactly. It's like
definitely less than these
like
catchers
sweatpants.
wear. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're back to the action. The 2-2 to Luke Costello. Here it comes. And that's ripped foul down the line. (7-0) the score. 10 hits to 0. Cotuit's committed 2 errors to Bourne 0. It's been all Braves to start this game. Just pure domination, and doesn't look like that's going to end anytime soon. Costello barely got a piece of that. Scudder looking to get the second out, get rid of the chance for a sacrifice. That half swing off the bat of Costello, a bit of a chuckle. I don't think he even meant to make contact there. Tried to hold up and get the count to 3-2, but instead, that was the 6th straight foul ball in this at-bat after it went to 2-2.
And Scudder now at 27 pitches.
Here's the 11th of this at-bat. Costello wins it, sends it into left, and it drops. Waite comes in to score. 8-0 Braves in the bottom of the 4th.
You got a guy in Costello here who I'd say has had his best game of the season. His first multi-hit game, had a sacked bunt, and has just been a really consistent bat so far. These are the type of players you need to have unleash themselves before it's too late, and Costello doing it right now, Adam.
He's already got 2 hits on the day and a sack bunt. That was his second RBI of the postseason. Now it's Jason Torres. He's grounded into a double play and a fielder's choice today. Came in to score in the last inning. Things just unraveling here for the Kettleers. 8-0 the score. It's always interesting when you have a game like this in the playoffs. Now, how do you manage it if you're Cotuit and the pitching staff? Because you don't want to just ever give up on a game, as this ball's coming right towards us and it drops just in front of us out of the glove of the catcher Tyson. Back to what I was saying, you can't just give the game up and start putting it in the back end of your bullpen. But at the same time, you don't want to use all the good relievers that you could use in a close game. It's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, it's a tightrope that you're walking right now, because you can never give up, but at the same time, how do you balance that? Those are answers for questions like Lauren Hibbs, who knows far more about baseball than we do.
Big hack and a miss. 1-2 to Torres.
In my opinion, I think you still save your best guys, Adam. Don't even think about throwing them. Throw guys who at their best can probably keep you in this game, but maybe not someone who you rely on in a really tight situation.
That was Scudder in the regular season. He had an 0.77 ERA and 9 appearances. But he hasn't showcased that here in the postseason. He's thrown 32 pitches so far, 20 strikes, 12 balls. Scudder, who came in the middle of the last inning, has gotten just 2 outs. He's given up 4 hits and has 2 runs to his name. Gets his first strikeout there, though, as Torres chasing. And there's out number 2.
Now batting from Oregon, second baseman number 11, Ryan Cooney.
Here's Ryan Cooney, already 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. Back pick to first on a called strike, and back in time is Costello.
Talk about the pitching of Cotuit. I think this is also a very interesting game for the Braves.
Yeah, what do you do with your pitching staff? Obviously, it's you keep Joey Colucci in for as long as you can as the starter. Try and save that bullpen. He's just 48 pitches in through 4 innings, and he hasn't given up a hit yet. Only runner he's allowed is a drop third strike. But, yeah, you don't necessarily want to unload the end of your bullpen and let Cotuit get back in, or have your top-end guys go. That's into center, almost drops. A really awkward play there, but it's the center fielder, Caden Bogenpool, who ends up making the catch for out number 3. So that does it for the bottom of the 4th. The Braves add on another run to lead by 8. Are you ready to dominate the diamond and pitch like a pro at the Cape Zone Keith Bildo? Then join us at the K-Plex, where champions are made. Don't just play the game, own it. Visit the K-Plex today and unleash your full potential. Located at 6 Forest Park Drive in Bourne. Find us on Facebook or at thek-plex.com. Elevate your game at the K-Plex. Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay, Bourne's premier senior living community. Conveniently located adjacent to the Cape Cod Canal. Visit us at Keystone Place at buzzardsbay.com. Back in a moment for the 5th.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
There's a 0 chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAT is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance, 0% for next generation features.
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Joey Colucci has been just simply excellent so far. Through 4 innings, he's allowed just 1 base runner, and it was a drop third strike. No hits, no walks, no hit batters. He struck out 7. And he'll face off here against 5-6-7 in the Kettleers lineup. Landon Beaver to lead things off. He struck out swinging his first time up. Beaver went 3 for 10 in the opening round of the playoffs. Had the walk-off home run in Game 2 that sent Cotuit to this round. And you wonder if that at all plays a factor in how the start of this game has gone, with Bourne jumping out to a big 8-0 lead. You know, the Braves playing yesterday, the Kettleers. You take the day off, and it can be a little bit hard sometimes to have that day off and then get right back into the playoff baseball atmosphere against a team that, you know, just played a couple really tight games.
I think it just depends the type of team you are. Sometimes it's a factor that maybe we read too much into, but that day off can definitely put you out of rhythm. You also don't know if Cotuit did a full practice yesterday trying to keep themselves like they did have a game, or if they completely just went cold turkey with rest.
Usually in this league, you'll see teams just have the day off. I mean, it's so rare to have them ever on the Cape.
I mean, there's a chance for whoever comes out of this series that they play, in Bourne's case, 9 consecutive days in a row, which would certainly be the most all season.
Slow chopper. Tough play for Kelly. And the throw is late. So there goes the no-hitter in the top of the 5th inning. And it's a very short hit, about 10 feet in front of home plate, infield single for Landon Beaver. How about these first 2 base runners for Cotuit? A drop third strike and a little dribbler.
Just typical, right? Probably how Cotuit drew it up.
Yeah, I mean, they just can't get anything to go right in this game. Even when they get guys on, it's, you know, by barely doing much. Looking to maybe get back into this game. You can start to do it here. Get a couple runs on the board. First pitch swung on and missed. You know, we've seen Bourne lead big in games and then give it up. We saw them go up 9-0 against Wareham a couple weeks ago and end up winning it 9-8. So, you know, it's not over until it's over. Got to keep adding on runs, keep putting up zeros. There's no mercy rule in the playoffs, so, you know, you don't have the luxury of that. You can't just end it once you're up by 10 runs. Got to keep playing. Colucci looking to bounce back after giving up that first hit. That's ripped hard down the left field line, and that's going to be another hit. This one will be extra bases. Long run for LeGrande. He can't pick it up initially, and it's first to home for Landon Beaver. Sometimes all you need is your first one. Right after the first hit, it's the first run of the day for the Kettleers. Still down by 7, though, here in the top of the 5th.
4 batters, you lose the perfect game, the no-hitter, and the shutout. It was open. Colucci could get it there, but, you know, he's still putting his team in a perfect position to win this ball game.
You had to think that Jack Natilli was eventually going to get his first postseason RBI after he led the Cape League in runs batted in the regular season. And now he's in scoring position with Nolan Stevens at the plate. And the first pitch gets to the backstop. A wild one there from Joey Colucci. Still no true action in the Bourne bullpen, but you wonder if things will start getting to go soon. Notable thing in the Bourne bullpen, they're without their pitching coach today, Kevin Curtin. Al Conrad, the assistant pitching coach, out there manning the walkie-talkie. And it's not mattered so far. You think of Colucci's start to the game, perfect through 3 2/3. And now he's ended the shutout, but I would stay still in a pretty comfortable spot with his team up by 7.
Quality start for sure.
And now looking to just minimize, bounce back, keep this lead big. Here's the 2-0 to Stevens. Swing and a miss. Nice fastball there. Back-to-back heaters blown right past Stevens. And that's what you want to see from Cotuit. After the 2 balls, 2 great pitches, and now a chance to get the first down to the 5th.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to tell Landers. I'm sure he did.
There's a chopper to short. Only option is first base, and they get the out. Natilli comes in to score. Cotuit makes it a 6-run game as Joey Colucci gets the first out at the top of the 5th.
Now batting from Kent State, second baseman number 6.
It's a needed out right there. You certainly would trade it for the run. It's important always to get that first just to get right back on track. This Cotuit team all of a sudden can get their offense going fast, but Bourne have to be aware of that. The best we've seen from Cotuit in 1 inning has been 14. So maybe always in their back pocket.
They did that against Brewster near the start of the season. Yeah, this Kettleers team showed in the first round with their 2 walk-off wins that they have fight. Now, they're not a team that's going to give up when things are tough, and obviously a different situation here, down big, but you know that mentality is still the same. It's not over till it's over. Count 1-1 to Luke Matthews, the second baseman. He was the 3rd strikeout victim for Joey Colucci. That's hit through the left side for a single. 3rd hit of the inning for Cotuit after they entered it without a single one.
Now batting from Louisville, catcher number
And now
20,
some action in the Braves bullpen. The lefty out of Louisville, Colton Hartman, getting loose. Here's the number 9 hitter, Taggart Tyson. He's got a chance to make up for his 2 errors in the field here with the runner on first and 1 out. Braves defense in a big shift to the left against the right-handed hitter. Huge hole in the right side of the infield. Bunt shown but pulled back. Colucci still at just 64 pitches. So if he can get out of this quickly, still got another inning or 2 left in him. Hard bunt goes foul.
We haven't seen him go more than 5, but also we've never seen him be this efficient.
You can save your arms here. That's a huge help. Especially when you just think about this matchup in itself with Cotuit coming off the off day, being able to rest its arms yesterday. If Bourne can get a good start here, then that really saves the bullpen, especially if you can keep this lead, it saves your top arms for the next 2 nights. There's a sharp grounder to short, and Waite hesitates, throws to first, and man, it's called safe by Joe Gravina. I don't know about that one.
Neither do I. That's an out every day of the week.
Now batting from Wichita State,
Gravina says that
12, Camden
Taggart Tyson beat it out, and it's an infield single.
How many times have we completely disagreed with the call, and Scott Landers has stayed in the dugout, too?
Well, he was all the way at the bottom looking, I think, at the pitching chart, so I don't know if he actually saw that play, but his team up by 6. Landers stays in the dugout, and might be scored as an E6 for Riker Wade after the hesitation, but no, they actually give Taggart Tyson the infield single. And so it's 2 on for the first time today for Cotuit. And it's the top of the order up. Camden Johnson fouls off the first pitch.
totally watched the wrong old scene. And whenever I'm in class, I was like, oh, I didn't know like
Kettleers have got on the board here in the top of the fifth and got a chance to make this a game again. It's fouled off by Johnson. It's really important here for Cotuit to end this as soon as he can. You know, if Cotuit gets up to 4 runs and it's a 4-run game in the fifth, then we got a ball game again.
Yeah, you got to end it really, really quick. I'm thinking about Cotuit, too, as a guy who you want to see again in these playoffs. If he really gets that pitch count up, you might not be able to. On track, he wouldn't get another start this postseason, but you could see him as a reliever. So keep this inning efficient, close it out quick.
Another ball fouled off by Camden Johnson.
And then you can see Bourne regain control with their offense back up in bottom 5, but you've got to end this now.
Braves will send 9-1-2 to the plate in the bottom of this inning. They've scored in 3 straight. We're up 8-0, but the Kettleers have answered with 2 of their own here in the top of the fifth. It's been a long top of the fifth inning. 4 hits already for the Kettleers, just 1 out. As this could be 2 to end it. Lewis goes to second for 1. The relay throw to first is late. So they just get the force out, and it's runners on the corners with 2 outs for Cotuit, with Ryan Farber coming up.
Texas State, shortstop number 33, Ryan Farber.
So Luke Matthews to third. Johnson at first for Farber. Still searching for his first postseason RBI. Had 17 of them in the regular season in 40 games. Cotuit trying to get out of this. 71 pitches into his night, so this could be the end of the day no matter what. First offering. Real nice slider, had a bunch of movement on it, and it's 0-1. Cotuit had 7 strikeouts in the game coming into this inning. Hasn't K'd anyone so far. He had 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth.
They say to start late, but you don't wear it. You don't want to wear it. Or like I do when I'm
Cotuit to get out of the top of the fifth. Runner going. Ground ball to first. Nice snag by Torres, but it's called foul by Joe Gravina. So we'll continue on as Gravina puts his arms up. Matthews back to third, Johnson back to first. Farber back in the box. Now the crowd trying to help out Joey Cotuit and send us into the bottom half of this frame. Grounder back up the middle. Tough play for Cooney. All he can do is knock it down. Matthews comes in to score. That's the 3rd run of the top of the 5th, and it's a 5-run ball game. Kettleers are fighting their way back into this one. And Scott Lander's on his way out of the dugout. Hasn't pointed to the bullpen yet. We've seen Landers come out and keep a pitcher in a bunch of times this season. He is the only person who does mound visits, so doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to make a change.
And typically, like you've just seen, if the mound visit is a couple seconds, it's just to give Cotuit a second to reset. Landers gives Cotuit a little pound on the chest to get back into it, bring us to the bottom of the 5th, and you've done a great job. So a nice short and sweet visit to him, and Cotuit knows what he needs to do.
5 hits for the Kettleers here in the top of the 5th. They've scored 3 runs and made it a 5-run ball game. Now it's Caden Bogenpool. He broke through the perfect game in the last inning as he reached on a drop third strike. Zamvon Schlegel on deck. He'd be the 9th Kettleer to come to the plate in this inning. Big swing and a miss from Bogenpool. Nice first pitch there from Cotuit. Cotuit gave up 2 earned runs in each of his 3 starts against Cotuit in the regular season. He's given up 3 here, but still's got a big cushion to work with. This is upstairs on a heater. It's 1-1. About off the pole. It's 1-2, and Cotuit can get out of this again. You haven't seen the strikeout stuff here in the 5th. Heading up towards 80 pitches. This next will be a 79. One, two. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. K number 8 for Joey Cotuit, and he works his way out of it in the top of the 5th inning. Not before 3 cross for the Kettleers to get on the board. It's a 5-run ball game as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network and Cape League TV.
Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
There's a 0 chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAD is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance. 0% for next generation features.
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cap before there's 0 time left.
Cotuit's already on to its 3rd pitcher as we're here into the bottom of the 5th inning. Dylan Scudder's day is done after an inning and a 3rd. He gave up 4 hits, had allowed 2 earned runs. He didn't walk anyone, struck out 1. Gives way for the right-hander out of Kent State, Gavin Jones. He struggled in the regular season, had a 13.5 ERA in 5 appearances. He threw 7 and a 3rd, gave up 10 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned. He walked 7 and struck out 4. Jones was the starter against the Braves when these teams faced off on the 2nd to last day of the regular season. He went just 1 inning there, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. He walked 1 and struck out no one. He didn't give up any runs in his 1st inning of work, put a pair of runners into scoring position, but allowed the first 4 to reach in his 2nd inning before getting pulled out. All 4 of those men crossed in. Like the first 2 pitchers before him, he's got a 3-pitch mix of a fastball, changeup, and slider. Starts up against the bottom of this Cotuit order. It's bottom of this Bourne order. It's 9-1-2. John Legrande will lead things off. He doubled in the 2nd, got an RBI and came in to score. And walked and came to score in the last inning.
You give up that big inning, but this is the part of the order that got it done.
Devon, if you're born here, you want to bounce back on offense. Still up by 5, but want to try and get that lead again towards 6 or 7 just to feel even more comfortable.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Think about it this way. When you're up by 5 in the 5th inning, maybe you give up 2 runs in the next inning. That's not out of the question. And then it's a 3-run game going into the last 3. So if you can keep it above 5, you really feel comfortable. On the check swing, Michael Schukerman says that LeGrande held up. Count 3 balls and a strike.
Those 2nd and 3rd innings where Bourne scored 3 and 4 respectively. It was the bottom to the top that did the damage.
Ball 4. Fastball outside. Grande walks for the 2nd time today.
Now batting from
It's the 3rd time today that the Bravos, or the 4th time today, I should say, that the Bravos have their leadoff man on. It's for the 4th straight inning. They brought at least 1 run home in each of the last 3. Back to the top of the order with Gavin Kelly. He's 2 for 3, but already has 3 RBIs. He scored 2 runs. He's stolen a base. He's already got 5 RBIs in this young postseason. Grande back in time on the throw over. Real nice breaking ball. Runner going, pitch misses low, throw into second is just a tad late. John LeGrande with his 2nd stolen base of the playoffs. The Braves have a runner in scoring position yet again. Wild pitch, LeGrande to 3rd. These Kettleers just can't catch a break. They continue to throw wild pitches and allow Braves runner to advance. I believe that's the 3rd of the day already. There's also been 2 errors from the catcher. Kelly's just got to put this one in play. He instead takes it inside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks from Gavin Jones to start his day out of the pen. And none of these Kettleers pitchers seem to have their stuff today.
That's the problem right now. When your offense starts to get going, you have to bring the pitching too. No, when you asked that question earlier about what do you do with your pitching, I think the plain answer is you do it in relationship to what your hitters are doing. If your offense is getting going, they can keep you in this game, then throw guys who are going to keep you in the game as well. But it seems like even for the best pitchers this game, Adam, Dylan Scudder, maybe the best reliever for Cotuit, even he struggled, so might just be a common theme for Cotuit.
Braves have scored in 3 straight innings. Looking to make it 4 here with runners on the corners and no outs for Cade Lewis. He's got an RBI single each of his last 2 at-bats. Nice block by Tyson on the first pitch. Lewis reached on a walk in his first at-bat, so he's already been on 3 times today. This has just been an unbelievable offensive start to this game for the Braves. 11 hits already, 8 runs, and they don't seem to be close to done.
This is the way Bourne would be playing in the first 3 games if they brought the runners in the scoring position home. That was the big problems in game 1 and 2.
Bourne hit just 205 with runners in scoring position in the first round of the playoffs. That was even lower at 179 going into last night's game when they were a little bit better. So far today, the Braves 5 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Lewis looking to add to that total. Here's the 1-2 from Jones, runner going, and it's bounced foul. Cade Lewis was tied for the Bourne lead in RBIs in the regular season. He's got 3 so far this postseason. Looking to add on with runners on the corners. That pitch gets away. Grande stays at third, but Kelly advances into second, and the Braves have 2 in scoring position. That wild pitch, already the 4th of the game from this Kettleers pitching staff. 2nd of this inning by Gavin Jones. So Kelly can bring both home with a hit, and the infield moves in. Chance for the Bravos to reach double digits if they can get it done. Back up the middle. Nice snag by the pitcher Jones, and a good play to go to first for the out. Smart decision for the runners to hold.
Great snag there. You got to have some lightning quick reaction time to keep that ball in front of you, and he made it look easy. The first out is always the hardest in innings like these. Multiple runners in scoring position with no outs, and once you get that, things become that much easier.
That bouncer off up the middle went 93 off the bat of Cade Lewis. It's even more impressive now for Gavin Jones. Here's Braden Holcomb. Nice job by Tagger Tyson to keep that with him.
He's doing all he can right now. He's had a tough day behind the plate with his 2 errors and some wild pitches that maybe if he had a better spot to could have been kept in front of him. But he's stepping it up right now. Have kept some pitches that easily could have gone on the backstop with a lesser catcher in front of him.
Field still in. Pitch to Holcomb. This is low. Bourne's lone returner on the offensive side of things. Still searching for his first playoff RBI. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout looking in a line out. Has reached once, hit by a pitch in the second. Takes another one inside, this time a little bit further away from Tyson, but he gathers it up, and the count now 3-0 to the Braves' number 3 hitter. Holcomb's got on base well over 50% of his plate appearances so far in the playoffs. Looking to do some damage here. All he can do is be patient. There's the 3rd walk of the inning from Gavin Jones, and the Bravos have the bases juiced.
Shortstop number 3, Riker Wade.
Surprisingly, this is the first time all game that Bourne has loaded the bases when you consider they've scored 8 runs. Let's see if they can do some damage. Riker Waite hit a single his last time up to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Has also struck out and walked. Jones just can't buy a strike right now. Couple guys stretching and moving in the Cotuit bullpen down the right field line. Gavin Jones in his first inning here out of the bullpen. It's Will Newell warming up, the big 6'8" right-hander out of Georgetown. As Gavin Jones misses again, and the count now 2-0. Braves have scored in each of the last 3 innings. Cotuit put up 3 in the top half of this one, but Bourne trying to strike right back. Another ball, now it's 3-0. They're about to walk in a run.
Only 6 strikes on 22 pitches right now for Jones.
He's walked the bases loaded. And at risk of walking home a run. Here comes the 3-0. And that's well low for ball 4. Here comes John LaGrande in to score. It's 9-3 Braves, now in the bottom of the 5th.
You know, the big problem with this inning for Cotuit is not the run that's scored, but how long it is. You just had a really good offensive inning, and when you have an inning last 15, 20, 30 minutes like this one, you get to the point where all that momentum you had in the top half of the inning is completely spoiled, and you can't maybe carry it over.
First pitch to Cal Sefcik. Called strike.
Game of baseball is a game of runs, and both literally and figuratively, Adam.
Yes, it is. Whoever has more runs wins.
But this Cotuit team needs all the momentum they can get. Bourne doing a good job right now is just being patient. And their patience has led them to destroying whatever Cotuit had going.
Just a great job for the Braves to respond offensively after gave up the first runs of the game in the top half of this inning. That's what you see winning teams in the playoffs do. Taggart Tyson continuing to be really busy behind the plate. Gavin Jones, the third pitcher of the day for the Kettleers. He's already walked in a run in this inning. Sefcik loops one over the second baseman Matthews' head. Kelly scores, everyone 90 feet forward. And the Braves are into double digits. It's 10-3 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting from Wake Forest.
Cal Sefcik picks up his third RBI of the playoffs. And out of the dugout comes Tim O'Connor. He points to the bullpen. And so Gavin Jones' day is done. He gives up a pair of runs in a third of an inning and leaves with the bases still loaded and just one out. We'll step aside here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. When we return, it'll be Will Newell, the right-hander, out of Georgetown.
Till the morning comes, it'll do you fine.
Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the
Things continue to unravel for the Cotuit Kettleers. We're still in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Bourne Braves up 10-3. They've added a pair of runs in this half inning. And Now it's Will Newell out to the mound, the big 6'8" right-hander out of Georgetown, native of Tallahassee, Florida. Enters in a tough spot. Bases loaded, just one out. And Luke Costello to the plate. He's 2 for 2 today. And an RBI single his last time up. Looking to add more. We'll see what Costello can do here. Already a 7-run lead. Bourne won't be happy until they put too many runs on the board for it to even count. First pitch swung on and missed. The other divisional final game going on out east, the YD Red Sox, the visitors up 4-0 over the reigning champion Harwich Mariners. YD the 4 seed, Harwich the 2 seed out east.
I think that is the result that Bourne Braves fans would hope for.
You think Bourne fans would rather face off against YD than have a chance to get some revenge against Harwich?
I think Harwich is a team that you haven't been able to figure out this season. And if you face YD in the championship, you get more home games.
That's true. Bourne would have home field over YD, finished 1 point ahead of them because of that end of the season win, the final day of the regular season. 1-2 to Costello, misses way upstairs.
Guess it all depends about your mentality. Do you want the easy road or the maybe harder but more satisfying road?
Either way, you're in the title. It won't
Yeah.
be easy, but
easier.
You also have the fun thing if you play YD, I think, of Scott Pickler against Scott Landers, as there's called strike 3 against Costello for the second out.
Yeah, V2 rematch in the championship.
I think the Pickler against Landers thing would be a lot of fun. You know,
Yeah.
Pickler is the most legendary coach that this league has ever seen. Had the 3-peat less than 10 years ago, as the most wins of anyone. But he's getting up there in age. His son now is one of his assistants, the associate head coach. And Scott Landers is trying to make a name for himself out on the Cape. And, you know, the start that he's had, making it to 3 championships in 3 years, he's well on his way to, you know, potentially surpassing Pickler as the greatest coach this league has ever seen if he can, you know, continue on. And
with this start, he's certainly on pace.
Without a doubt. Pitch to Jason Torres is fouled off, and it's 0-2. So Newell can get out of this after entering with the bases loaded.
I'm a big fan of Newell's look. Just an intimidating right-hander. He's got the unbuttoned shirt, big chain.
And he's big out on the mound, 6'8". 0-2. Called strike 3, nice slider. And that does it for the bottom of the 5th. Not before the Braves add 2 more on a bases-loaded walk and a Cal Sefcik RBI single. Before we step aside and go to the 6th, we'd like to thank a few of our sponsors. Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves. Are you ready to dominate the diamond and pitch like a pro at the Cape Zone Keith Bildo? Then join us at the Capeplex, where champions are made. Don't just play the game, own it. Visit the Capeplex today and unleash your full potential. Located at 6 Forest Park Drive in Bourne. Find us on Facebook or at thek-flex.com. Elevate your game at the Capeplex.
We're offering 0% for 60 months on Cat's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
A full moon rising over Dorn Park. The home Braves dominating here in Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series. It's 10-3 in the top of the 6th inning. Joey Colucci's day is done out on the mound. He went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. He walked no one and struck out 8. All the trouble came in that 5th inning. He was perfect through 4 2/3 before allowing a runner on via drop strike. All 5 of those hits came in the 5th. Just an incredible outing. He gives way for Colton Hartman, the left-hander out of Louisville, a former Cotuit Kettleer, facing his old team. Facing off against Zan von Schlegel to get things going. First pitch from the southpaw is fouled off.
I think we could get a serious tell on how this game is going to go for the rest of it just by this half inning. Can Cotuit, after a really long bottom of the 5th, come out here and once again produce offensively? If not, I think their chances are slim.
There's a good start. Fly ball into right, but a long run and an incredible diving catch from Cal Sefcik. What a play by the right fielder on a ball that looked like it was diving into the grass to retire Zan von Schlegel.
That's just incredible. Amazing play by Sefcik. I feel like we haven't been able to see him tested so much this season, defensively that is, but boy has he come out and just done fantastic.
Here's Landon Beaver, the man who led off this inning, or led off the last inning. And he slaps one into left. That's down for a hit. That's his second single in as many plate appearances. 6th hit of the day for the Cats. So here comes Jack Natilli. Had an RBI double his last time to the plate. That brought home Landon Beaver. It's the first run of the day. Hartman fires a strike. Nice bounce back pitch. Big hack and a miss. It's 0-2.
Black Cat!
Again, 5 hits in the last inning for the Kettleers after they had none in the first 4. They've already got one here. As the throw over to first, and back in time is Landon Beaver.
Let's go, Colton!
It's just as important for Bourne here to put up a 0 as it is for Cotuit to get some more runs. Give the Kettleers just 3 innings to have to score at least 7. That's about as close to impossible as it gets.
This is a good test situation for Colton Hartman. He's not at his best stuff this summer, and if he can go out and pitch really well today, that saves up a lot of arms for Bourne.
He's been good with his control to start this outing. Hasn't thrown a ball yet.
And really, he's been pitching his best in these last 2. Earned the win against YD in relief.
That was in the final game of the regular season. He went 2 innings.
Just 1 hit, no runs. Similar thing against Brewster, but you know, the scary side of Hartman is when he goes 1 2/3 against Harwich and lets 6 runs by. You can't see that version of it.
Looking for his first K out of the bullpen. Here's the 0-2.
Focus.
Back-to-back balls after 6 strikes to start for Hartman. It's 3 straight balls now from Hartman after he started off 0-2. It's going to be very interesting, Devon, to see what this bullpen outing looks like today. In the series against Hyannis, it was a very similar thing in each game where after the starter got pulled, you saw a really long relief outing. Draconin went 3 1/3 in game 1. Nate Wysong had his incredible 5 1/3 shutout in game 2. And then last night, Packy Bradley Cooney went 2 2/3. Now today, you're up big, so you have a chance to give some of your arms who maybe wouldn't pitch in closer games a chance to pitch. So it'll be interesting to see if a lot of them get opportunities and they get about an inning or 2 each, or if Hartman gets the chance to go long. He's going to need to find the zone here after 3 straight balls. He does, but it's grounded to short. Nice snag by Waite. Quick throw to first, and it bounces away from Torres. Beaver to third. Runners on the corners for the Kettleers.
Would have been a really spectacular play from Waite. The fact that he even kept that in the infield is something to revel at. But this is where, if you're Cotuit, you gotta pound the runs. You're no longer facing Joey Colucci, a guy who you even succeeded against.
Now batting from Mississippi State.
But things can get out of hand right now for Bourne if Cotuit continues to do what they've been doing.
So here's Nolan Stevens. Picked up an RBI on a ground out his last time up. That was the second run of the day. Takes the first pitch here. Cotuit trying to get on the board for the 2nd straight inning. Put up 3 in the top of the 5th. Runners on the corners here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. That RBI for Stevens in the last inning was his first of the postseason. It's been 6 pitches since Hartman's thrown a strike. He misses upstairs. Now it's 3-0. Still no action in the Braves bullpen. A 7-run lead, so a bit of a cushion. But we've seen it this season. Things can unravel pretty quickly. Finally, Hartman finds the zone, and it's 3-1. By the way, they did give Riker Waite an error on that throw. It's the first error of the game by this Braves defense. It's a defense, Devon, that has struggled a little bit in this playoffs. They committed 8 errors in the last series against Hyannis, 5 of them last night.
You've got to just tighten up a little bit defensively. You know, for the most part, Bourne's been really solid these past few innings defensively, and Riker Waite's error being the first one is the latest the first error has happened in either of these games.
Grounder to second. This could do it. The flip a little bit off the mark, but the throw to first doesn't get there in time either. And so Nolan Stevens brings in a run on a ground out for the second straight inning.
Now batting from Kent State.
And now it's a 6-run game.
Luke Matthews.
Luke Matthews comes up trying to extend this top of the 6th. Matthews singled into left his last time up. Devon, even though this is still a 6-run ball game, if you're a Cotuit fan watching this, you have to be at least a little bit energized by the fact that this offense is showing up. You know, this is a 3-game series, so and even if you lose this, some momentum over the latter innings of this game can definitely carry into tomorrow.
Absolutely. I mean, this is huge for Cotuit to show this. You're going against what will likely be a really tough starter tomorrow in Quinn Holt. You want to have the offense come out and perform well in these later innings, even when it doesn't mean anything, because that shows the most character of your team to fight in even the lowest moments.
Hartman now over 20 pitches into this inning. First guy out of the bullpen after Joey Colucci went 5 strong for the Braves. And Hartman trying to get out of this with just 1 run across. That's ripped into center. Drops in front of Holcomb for a single. And that's now the 8th hit in the last 2 innings for this Cotuit offense.
Louisville, catcher number 20, Tagger Tyson.
Just incredible after none in the first 4.
Are they seeing the ball better? Are you facing a little bit less of a pitcher in these past 2 just by the deteriorating Joey Colucci and Colton Hartman here? I think a combo of both. But you still have got to take advantage of them. Doesn't matter who's in the game. Pound the offense and keep this close.
Tagger Tyson hits the first one foul down the third baseline. Tyson singled his last time up, struck out back in the 3rd. Hartman an at away from bringing his offense back up in the bottom of the 6th. It's a Bourne offense that has scored in 4 straight innings. They'll send 8-9-1 up. Called strike on the heater at the knees, and Hartman a strike away from getting out of this with just 1 run across. Here's the 0-2. Popped up right side. Long run for Torres into foul territory. He makes the catch for out number 3. So 1 run crosses for the Kettleers in the top of the 6th, but Colton Hartman limits it there. And we head into the bottom of the 6th. Braves offense looking to get on the board for the 5th straight inning. We'll be back in a moment on Cape League TV and the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source. that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One Source, with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Reds, the right equipment when and where you need it.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. Braves up by 6, and they'll send 8-9-1 up to the plate. Will back out onto the mound into his first full inning. He came in a tough spot in the last frame. Entered with runners on and 1 out. Ended up getting out of it with back-to-back strikeouts looking.
Second baseman number 11, Ryan Cooney.
Ends up stranding the bases loaded. Braves have scored a run in each of the last 4 innings. They put up 3 in the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. Bourne's already up to 12 hits on the day. Ryan Cooney has 2 of them. That's flown in towards left. Very long run for Von Schlegel, and he can't make the catch. He just straight up overran it. And Cooney is into second base. Still nothing going right for the Kettleers in this one.
I don't think this affected it, but there is a decent amount of fog looming over the field right now, Adam. And
I don't even think that's fog. I think it's like dirt or something.
From the Gators?
Yeah, I don't know.
Very well could be, but
there's a bunch of those four-wheelers driving around in the outfield. Air quality's also really low, so it's been a bit smoggy throughout. I mean, looking around, there's no fog anywhere. This isn't usually the weather conditions that lead to fog. No humidity. It's in the 60s. And it's almost like got a darker tint to it, which is why I feel like it's maybe not just straight up fog. But we'll keep an eye on that.
No, you haven't.
Grande fouls off a bunt. Grande's reached in all 3 of his plate appearances today. He's also scored 3 times. He walked in the 5th and 3rd, doubled in the 2nd. Got an RBI on that double. Grande into center, and he reaches for the 4th time today. Bourne's up to 14 hits. This offense just does not stop producing. So it's runners on the corners for Bourne. Now it's the top of the order back up in Gavin Kelly. He's already got 3 RBIs today. He's already scored 3 runs. One time he was out was his first time up. Pulls back a bunt. Ball misses low. Kelly couldn't hold up on that one. Thought you'd love to see these Bourne players still showing bunts in a 6-run game. Now they are not going to be complacent with a 6-run lead. You know, Scott Landers is, and he's, you know, really cutthroat manager. That's what you need to win championships. Runner on his way to second, and the throw is late. Stolen base for John LeGrande. That's his second of the day, third of the playoffs, and now it's 2 in scoring position for the Bravos.
Staying aggressive in the base paths. Mercy never won you a championship, so keep on bringing the offense.
Kelly goes down swinging, and there's the first out.
Third baseman number 23, Cade Lewis.
That's the third strikeout for Will Newell. Got both of his outs in the last inning on Kay's looking. Cade Lewis already has a pair of RBIs today on singles in the second and third. Infield in, the first pitch is popped up. Out of play. That one bounced to third. No throw home. Instead, it's to first, and the tag is applied by Beaver. And so that's the second out of the inning, but Ryan Cooney scores, and Scott Landers disagrees with the call.
He's just saying, talk about it. Because Sam Finn, I don't think, agreed with the call at first base, and he had a better angle on it to see if he was tagged. So Joe Gravina, who made the call, just has a quick talk with Landers. Hey, let's talk about it. That's all Landers is saying.
Cooney scored, 11th run of the day, no matter the decision on Lewis at first. He is staying at first. LeGrande did not advance from second. Now the 3 umpires, Sam Finn, Joe Gravina, and Michael Schukerman talking it over. To me, it looked like he got the tag down.
It's hard to tell. I couldn't really tell, to be honest. I could see it going either way. The glove didn't move much.
And the runner is out, so call on the field stands. Cade Lewis is on his way back to the dugout, but he does pick up his third RBI of the game on the ground out. And here's Braden Holcomb with runner still in scoring position. Holcomb still looking for his first hit on the night. He's one of just 2 Braves with that hit in this game, the only one who hasn't scored a run yet or gotten an RBI. Got a chance to bring home John LeGrande on second. While he hasn't scored a run, Holcomb has been stranded in scoring position twice. Bunch of room in the right side of the infield for Holcomb. Holcomb fouls it off. It's 2-1. Holcomb still looking for his first RBI of the postseason. That's 17 in the regular season in 38 games. Get one here with a hit. Half swing. It's fouled off. No one's been going in the Bourne bullpen, so Colton Hartman will come back out for the 7th. If Cotuit wants any chance, they'll have to try and crawl back there, get a couple more runs before the final 2 innings. They have scored in each of the last 2, 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. And they picked up 8 hits in the last 2 innings. Newell trying to send his bats back up. Holcomb fights one off to stay alive. Holcomb battling as he so often does at the plate. Such a tough out. He walked his last time up in the last inning. That one's high, count runs full. Holcomb, slow bouncer to short. Oh, and it eats up. Ryan Farber just took a real awkward hop.
Veteran play right there from John LaGrande. Just sets the screen. This infield at Dorn Park, really difficult to read. And with LaGrande in the way, Farber just could not see it long enough to know where it was going to go. And that's where you see the mistake come.
Shortstop number 3, Riker Wade.
So this bottom of the 6th continues on. Braves have already scored a run here. They've done at least 1 in each of the last 5 innings. They've put up multiple runs in 3 of them. Chance to do that again. Riker Waite walked with the bases loaded in the last inning. Waite skies that one high into the night sky. Easy play for Stevens, and he makes the catch. So that does it for the bottom of the 6th. The Braves add on another. They score for the 5th straight inning and take a 7-run lead. Before we step aside, we'll send things down to our sideline reporter, Ariel Tamir-Pinsky.
Adam, I talked with field manager Scott Landers going into tonight's game. He was not super confident. Cotuit had an off day yesterday. They didn't use as many pitching arms as Bourne did in the first series because they only went to 2 games, and it was a close regular season matchup between these 2 teams. He felt like they scraped by yesterday, and tonight he wanted to see complete, clean baseball from this team. He really emphasized all 3 aspects: offensive production, strikes from the pitching staff, and clean fielding. And I feel like he can take a little bit of a deep breath because we've seen a lot of that from this Bourne team tonight.
Without a doubt, Ariel, thank you so much. It's been a great start for the Braves. They lead by 7 as we head into the 7th. Hartman back out onto the mound for the Braves when we return.
Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Here we go into the 7th. 7-run lead for the Braves. Top of the order up for the Kettleers. Camden Johnson will lead things off.
Now batting from Wichita State, third baseman number 12, Camden Johnson.
Black Cat! Just get a couple ready for me.
First pitch, big swing and a miss. It'll be big here for Hartman to try and bounce back. It was a very long first inning for him. Only 25 pitches, but he allowed 3 hits. Got out of it giving up just 1 run. All things considered, not bad at all, but that's a cleaner inning this time around. This is upstairs and the count even. That's popped up towards no man's land and left. Waite calling for it, and he brings it in for the first out. I think it's one of the big underrated things about this Braves infield, the speed that all these guys have. Never have any worries about those bloopers, whether it's Riker Waite or Ryan Cooney. They're usually pretty successful at bringing in those bloopers. Here's Ryan Farber. Singled his last time up. Had an RBI. Fouls off the first pitch here. Hartman ahead 0-2. He's still looking for his first strikeout. It'll be tough to follow up what Joey Colucci did with the K's. 8 of them in 5 innings as a starter.
Black Cat!
Here's the 0-2 to Farber. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the high heater. And a perfect start to this 7th inning for Colton Hartman. He's retired the first 2.
The exact bounce back you wanted to see from Hartman right here. This Cotuit offense has been making some strides, coming back in this game just a little bit. Hartman making sure it continues no longer.
So here's the number 3 hitter and center fielder Caden Bogenpole. He struck out 3 times today. Did reach, though, on a drop third in the 4th. Hartman looking to put Cotuit down with the minimum. That hasn't happened since the 3rd inning. If you remember, the Kettleers brought the minimum up in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Black Cat!
High fastball, and the count's even.
Yes, ma'am.
The other divisional final game tonight out east, the bottom of the 8th inning. Whitey's up 5-0 over Harwich. That a much quicker game than this one. They started about 30 minutes later and already 3 half innings ahead of us. And how about this Whitey pitching staff holding Harwich to just 1 hit? Really impressive stuff from the Red Sox. It was a 7-inning start from Clay Hendry. Gave up just 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 6. As that's lined to second, into the glove of Cooney. for out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 for Colton Hartman in the top of the 7th, and it's time to stretch here at Dorn Park. Bravos lead by 7. They send 5, 6, 7 up.
Been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
Here we go into the bottom of the 7th inning at Dorn Park, and the Braves still hold a commanding 7-run lead. Chance to add on to it. It's just been an exceptional offensive showing today from the Bravos. They've scored a run in every inning since the first. 3 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. And they bring 5, 6, 7 up here in the 7th. Cal Sefcik, the right fielder, to lead off. He's 2 for 4 with a single and a double. He's also got an RBI. First pitch from Will Newell. A sharp grounder to short. Barber throws to first for out number 1. So a quick first out there for Newell. Hoping to finally put up a 0 and quiet down this Braves offense and maybe take away a little bit of that momentum going into tomorrow. Game 2 tomorrow at Lowell Park. That'll be a 4 p.m. start. And don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but a chance for the Bourne Braves to potentially, if they can hold on tonight, win their 5th straight West Division championship.
There's no exaggeration there. That's straight up a fact. Bourne win tonight, win tomorrow. They're going on once again to the Cape League championship game. It's always interesting because my first season with the team, and there have been a lot of ups and downs where you didn't know if they were going to get back.
That's how it is every year. That's how it was last year, and it's how everyone said it was the year before. It's what makes this season and league so special. It's a full microcosm of 162 games in Major League Baseball and just 40, where you have those moments of doubts where you just feel like it's all, not possible. We go back to the month of June where Bourne was just 4-8-1. Didn't feel great then, but now up 11 runs here, or up 7 runs. They've scored 11 in Game 1 of the division finals. They'll have a starter in Quinn Holt in the second game of this series, who's been exceptional in his 2 starts this season. He's gone 8 innings and hasn't given up a run in his 2 starts.
I mean, you look at after the second inning in Game 2 against Hyannis, Bourne lost in an emotional way in Game 1. They were put down perfect in the first 2 innings, and Hyannis was leading 3-0. You felt like there was no worse a chance than that for Bourne to continue their season, but they just dug deep at them, and it's really remarkable to see how this team has shown up and continued to fight.
Jason Torres now to the plate, still looking for his first hit on the day. He's reached once on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, struck out twice since then. It really is incredible just how Bourne has come back from losing game 1. Even in game 2, as you just said, there were moments where it felt like the season was over. You go down 4-0, and then later on, you're down by 1, down to literally your final strike of the season. And then Mark Petrani hits a 2 RBI double, and it's, the happiest you've ever been, and you're a win away from the division finals. Get it done last night, and now you're here. It's just a true testament that every pitch matters, and it's not over until it's over. And this nowhere close to over here, even if Bourne wins game 1. Last year, Cotuit won game 1 of the West Division Finals before the Braves won back-to-back. Although I do think it is a little bit easier to come back when you lose game 1 on the road.
Sure.
Because then you have game 2 at home to try and bounce back. And
yeah.
Game 3, I think, doesn't really matter where you are, home or road. It's going to be tough no matter what. Cotuit's going to go back home if they lose this one and have that home ground to try and keep their season going as Torres goes down swinging for the 3rd time in 4 innings, and we've got 2 outs here in the 7th.
Second baseman number 11,
the 4th strikeout for Will Newell. That's going to be a rockin' Lowell Park tomorrow. It's one of the more fun playoff atmospheres in the league. Just with how that stadium is built with the big grandstands on the 1st and 3rd base lines. First pitch to Ryan Cooney, a ball. I think every stadium in this league has its own quirks. I think Dorn Park is up there with the best of the best. And, with our conversations with the other broadcasters in the league, a lot of them seem to agree. But the one thing that you get at Lowell Park with those, kind of stadium seats that we haven't really seen much in the playoffs because Chatham can't seem to play many playoff games recently. It seems like a bit of a dig, but unfortunately the truth is with that real stadium seating is you have people sitting right next to each other, and you get that full atmosphere, and people, fully feel like they're in it like you do in a major league game.
I view the bigger the grandstand, the bigger the sea of Bourne fans that will travel
there you go.
To Lowell Park.
I mean, that's what we saw last year in Game 3 when Bourne knocked out Cotuit. It was a Bravo takeover. It's not a far trip, especially for, some of these Bourne fans that extend down to Sandwich.
I mean, Bourne may be, other than Wareham, the most isolated team geographically.
There's ball 4. Yeah, the thing that Bourne gets, and that I think maybe one of the reasons why this is such a good fan base is when you talk about the geography, you have, of course, Bourne itself supporting the team. You also have most of Sandwich, which...
Right.
If you think about the geography of Cape Cod, Sandwich would be really the top left of the Cape, which is like a rectangle and then an arm up. The Sandwich would be like the top left of it. Bourne's like kind of the middle left, bottom left. But you have all of the Sandwich fans. Sandwich extends all the way south towards Cotuit. And you got a lot of Braves fans around there. And then you go across the bridge. You still have that Buzzards Bay area, all Braves fans. Even you get into Onset, technically Wareham. But you still have a lot of people who support Bourne. And then the real special thing about this community is once you get it to Plymouth, you have so many people that aren't actually from Cape Cod that are still a part of this community. Host families, bat kids that come up from Plymouth and come down to the Cape even if technically they're not from Cape Cod.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what you have.
There's a grounder to short. Throw goes to second, and that does it for the 7th. So just 6 outs to go for the Bourne Braves before they can be 1 win away from yet another Cape League Championship Series. When we return, Devon Jarvis will take over the play-by-play. We'll be back in a moment on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network and Cape League TV.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
We're offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Top of the 8th inning, the Braves up 11-4, just 3 half innings away from being 1-0 up in this series. West Division Championship right now. Cotuit coming to Dorn Park, and they've just not had the defense to handle this spectacular Bourne offense. New pitcher onto the mound for Bourne. It's Saxon Roberts, the freshman out of Auburn, going into his sophomore season next year. Spent time in the Valley League with Charlottesville, now up here with Bourne, and had a really solid outing his first time out. He's catching to a new guy. It's Aiden Paradine. He replaces Cal Sefcik in the lineup as the previous catcher in Gavin Kelly moves to the right field where Sefcik previously played. Paradine only has appeared in 1 game this season for Bourne, so nice to see a few new faces. It was Roberts who pitched to Aiden Paradine, the first game each of them played.
From Boston College, number 14, Sean Martinez.
Only 4 runs so far for Cotuit. 3 of them came in the 5th, 1 more in the 6th. They couldn't score any in the 7th, which broke that kind of streak you didn't know maybe was developing for them. The first pitch from Roberts is just up and inside. Saxon has 2 pitches, a fastball and slider. Just trying to work into that rhythm again, hoping to be a big name at Auburn next season as a reliever. His last time out on Sunday actually had his PR, and pitch velocity went as high as 98 miles per hour. Was actually with him when he found out about that, and it was a special moment. He was extremely happy about it. He immediately called his mom. Is that the first thing you're doing, Adam, when you hit a pitch mile per hour PR, calling your mom?
Oh, without a doubt. When I hit 65 miles an hour, I'm calling her up right away.
What if you hit 98?
Never happening.
Here's the 2-2 from Roberts. Fouled off. It's Sean Martinez into the game for Cotuit in replacement of Zan von Schlegel. The first postseason appearance for Martinez, and out of Boston College. Didn't get much time with Cotuit in the regular season, just 5 games, batted .077. As Saxon Roberts in a full count deals, just misses outside.
Now batter from Alabama, Birmingham, first baseman number 18, Landon Beaver.
Just looking for the control here from Roberts. As with so many flame-throwing young pitchers, that can be where the issues lie at times. Never want to start off with a walk, but it's just one batter, just a runner on first. He's got to bounce back from it.
First pitch to Beaver is there for a called strike. Beaver today, 2 for 3. One of 2 players so far with multiple hits for Cotuit, him and Luke Matthews. 1-1 comes up and in. That's going to send Martinez towards second base. Now you're just looking for Cotuit to find some consistency this game. They'd been really solid. Got 2 late game wins against Wareham in the first round of the playoffs, and suddenly they're coming to Dorn Park and just seeing a beast they maybe didn't expect. Saying goes is they're born for August, and the Braves right now showing it why. Foul tip back in the glove, and the count 2-2. Saxon Roberts was the #1 pitcher in the state of Tennessee. He's getting some draft looks, but ended up going to Auburn as this one shallow in left field. Grande not a great read on it, but still has the grab for out number 1.
From Cincinnati, designated hitter number 29, Jack Kettleers.
And as we continue to move later in this game, Adam, the questions that you and I had about what pitchers could come out for Bourne being answered. We saw Colton Hartman go for a little bit. The final line he posted, 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run earned with no walks and a strikeout. Hartman and Roberts, 2 guys who, to this point in the season, weren't really high-pressure situation players, but you can get use out of them now, see what they can bring to the table, and if you see something you like, maybe down the line in the playoff run, you bring them back out.
Definitely, and you also have to be really happy with what you saw from this Braves pitching staff in terms of their control with those first 2 guys. The walk to Sean Martinez was the first one allowed all game by any Brave pitcher, and after last night where the walks were a bit of an issue, definitely a good sign.
Tilly setting the 0-1. Just misses low. Still got that runner in scoring position. The Tilly an RBI double back in the 5th inning. That put the first run on the board for Cotuit. As he hammers this one high, shallow left field. LeGrande chasing it in and has the grab again. Seems like the glare in this night sky with the lights maybe making it tough for the left fielder to see. That's 2 he maybe didn't have the best jump on, but eventually came around to grab.
Always tough when the ball goes above the lights, especially night like tonight and nowadays where the air quality is not at its greatest. So, you know, it's just a little bit harder to see.
Two outs now, and Nolan Stevens up. First one painted on the slider. Stevens, 2 RBIs so far. Both of them not on base hits on a ground down to shortstop and a fielder's choice. The one gets by, that's back. Paradigm might have a throw here, doesn't let it loose. And an easy third base for Von Schlegel. Or rather, Martinez. Excuse me. Stevens in the playoffs going into this one, hitting .286. Yet to have it hit today, but got his first 2 RBIs. The base hit can make this a 6-run ball game. As he fouls the 1-1 back. Bourne just 4 outs away if the offense continues to do well from winning this game. The 1-2. Left side, 2 hops. Waits got it, loses his balance, but makes the throw for out 3. And the Braves can have one more shot to add some runs and make this mission impossible for Cotuit to come back. Let's send things to the bottom of the 8th here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network. and Cape League TV. I'll be back in just a moment.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
But I don't think I'm allowed to now.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Bourne have one more shot to add insurance here. It's a 7-run lead. Cotuit right now just need a clean one and then have a miracle in the top of the 9th if they want to come back. In the meantime, a new pitcher out there for Cotuit. Out of Fordham in Clinton, Connecticut, it's Ryan Egan, the 6'2", 235 right-hander, has a 13.5 ERA in the regular season. He's making his debut in the playoffs in today's game, and all you can ask for is a scoreless inning. Keep this quick. Through innings 2 and 6, Bourne scored at least one run in each of those frames. As Gavin Kelly takes the first one low and inside for a ball. Not a single time all season did we see Bourne go 5 straight, putting at least one run on the board. Just spectacular, and Adam, I'd argue, well, today is not the highest run total of any game we've seen this season from the Braves. I think offensively the most impressive.
Well, first off, you have to look at the magnitude of this game, and that definitely plays a role in it. Game 1 of the championship series, and to do as good as this.
This one fair for Kelly. He rounds towards second base, had a triple yesterday, but will stop there for 2.
It's just the fact that they're not stopping. I mean, we can't even get a word in when the Braves are at bat without something happening.
That's exactly why it's been so impressive, is that they've stretched it over multiple innings. Bourne have had some really high-scoring games this season, but Adam, none of them have come so stretched out like this. It was the Falmouth game where they scored 14 runs. That was the most they put up in a single game, as Lewis fouls that one off. But that was 3 innings of runs to start, and a big run 4th inning, rather 5th. But it was 2 runs, 5 runs, 1 run, then no runs, then 4 runs, then 2 more innings of empty frames, and then 2 more runs as this one put in the outfield goes straight into the glove of Martinez. As far as the consistency goes in just stretching out the big offense throughout the entire game, and then easily with the magnitude of the moment, I would say this is the most impressive.
Definitely, and it's just been incredible. You know, you look at everything, the amount of hits, how patient they've been at the plate, what they're doing with runners in scoring position. You know, sounds dumb to say, but if Bourne can do something close to this over the next couple of days, then we could see a championship come back to Dorn Park because, we haven't seen the offense at this magnitude all year.
Pinch hitter for the Bourne Braves, Sebastian Mexico. He slots in there in place of Braden Holcomb.
Good opportunity to make sure that everyone can get some ABs. It's one of the big advantages to going up big is you have that opportunity to make sure that everyone can try and continue doing what they're doing at the plate and get back to the plate.
Cotuit just misses outside. Mexico has had a really solid postseason to this point, Adam.
It's been a great addition to this team.
Seems like you're going to say that every year as long as Scott Landers is the field manager for the Bourne Braves, but Mexico and going down swinging. In his first 3 games, 273, a OPS around 600, but he just did his job well, and offense might deteriorate a little bit in the playoffs, but you still need to have those guys hitting 270 or above, and Mexico's one of them.
Yeah, and I think he just brings a lot to this team in terms of being another really well-rounded hitter. He's got speed, he's got power, and he can put bat to ball. You look at this Bourne team, and one of the things that you love is that there's so many different ways that they can manufacture offense, whether it's with doubles, a lot of singles, good small ball, reaching on walks, stealing bases. They really have the ability to do it all. It's why they've gotten to this point.
Riker wait at the plate for maybe the final time today. Bourne could send their last batter up if things go according to plan in the top of the 9th.
Said this earlier, but this win today does technically guarantee at least one more home game for the Braves, whether or not it's in this series. If Game 3 is forced, of course, if they don't play Game 3, go play a home game in the championship.
Well, if things go once again according to plan, then we will be back at Dorn Park at least one more time this season. Top of the 9th on the other side of this break on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV.
House in New Orleans.
There's a 0 chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAT is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance, 0% for next generation features.
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton CAT before there's 0 time left.
Saxon Roberts on the mound looking for the save. It's a 7-run lead for Bourne. He'd have to have quite the inning in the least appealing way to blow this one. But we won't even think about that, as here at Dorn Park, the fans are ready to enjoy a win in the West Division Championship. Game 1. Bourne today would be just 1 win away from a 5th straight Cape League Championship appearance. Cotuit to their final 3 outs. And Luke Matthews, who's been the best playoff batter for Cotuit, to the plate. The first pitch from Roberts. Fastball for a strike. In Cotuit's best offensive inning this year, they would need just half of the 14 they scored against Brewster to tie this ball game.
You know that they have what it takes to do it.
But they might just be 1/3 farther. And that it is. Out number 1 to the glove of second baseman Ryan Cooney. And the Braves are 2 away. This may be the least dramatic game we've had so far, but I don't think anyone's complaining.
No, not at all. I think Scott Landers would much rather have this than a stressful one.
Heart racers.
Oh, yeah. You know, my parents have said over the last couple of years that they actually don't love watching sports anymore because it can get too stressful.
John
They're the
LeGrande
biggest sports fans.
Makes the grab.
And you felt that in that last series, didn't you? It was just stress.
Oh, I've talked to plenty of people who even watch Braves games. My grandmother listens to all of them, and she sometimes just turns everything off because she can't handle the stress.
Nice relaxing evening tonight.
Yes, not too bad.
And, you know, it's been a perfect night here. Like 60s, no humidity, sunny during the start of the game. All you could ask for.
A little chilly right now. Temperature's dropped.
Chilly for you. I think it's perfect. Chilly for summer, maybe.
Let's see.
But late summer nights, this is my favorite time of year. Like 65 degrees. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Real feel is 63. Yeah, I can get by. I'll take like high 60s, though.
It's a little too nitpicky.
Yeah, it probably is. Just 5 degrees of difference.
If you were told to guess, like, the temperature, I don't think anyone can guess the difference between 67 and 62.
Probably not, but I think more accurate than you'd be able to guess. 2-0, swing and a miss from the leadoff man, Camden Johnson. Two strikes away are Cotuit from taking the loss. Roberts misses upstairs. Wish we had the velocity on this. Roberts throwing pretty hard right now. (3-1) in the zone. The count runs full. By the way, the other game out east, 5-0 win for the YD Red Sox. So YD one step closer to reaching the Cape League Championship. Harwich has got to win 2 straight if they want to keep their chances going back-to-back. The 3-2 upstairs. It's a walk.
Now batting from Texas State, shortstop number 33, Ryan Farber.
This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited.
You know, Devon, I was just curious. Quick Google, largest 2-out ninth inning rally in MLB history, 12 runs.
You should have left that for a guess. That's insane. I would not have guessed as many as 12.
2 outs, ninth inning, 12 runs. This is 7 here.
The teams?
The Seattle Mariners, your Seattle Mariners, unfortunately on the losing side, is the Cleveland Indians who beat them.
Bummer. Sounds like typical Mariners, though.
Sorry, this is just Google AI being wrong as always. That's what it says at the start. You got to scroll down for the AI to actually say the correct thing. It was 5 runs with 2 outs. I mean, you see it right here. Google AI says 9 with 2 outs, and then you scroll down, and that's not it.
I usually just go with GPT.
Yeah, but I mean, I was trying to go the old-fashioned way and Google something.
Yep.
And nope.
Roberts struggling just a bit with his control. Another 3-1 pitch. Just misses, and 2 consecutive walks For the Cotuit Kettleers, that's Ryan Farber now on first and Camden Johnson on second.
All right, I've got it. I think I actually have it, thanks to the wonderful people on Reddit, real people giving us facts instead of AI. June 18th, 1961, the Boston Red Sox came back from down 7 runs with 2 outs in the 9th inning to beat the Washington Senators 13-12.
Does that still count as a loss for your Washington Nationals?
No, we give that to the Texas Rangers. We'll claim the titles, but nothing else. It's the second iteration of the Senators, too. The one that, you know, they didn't do anything. They're not the Walter Johnson Senators of the 20s.
Well, of course. Landers comes out real quick. Saxon Roberts just went out away. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Just a flamethrower in Saxon Roberts. Let's see if he can get it here. 4 outs all around. Sure he'd like the strikeout, though. Ooh, barely missed on the 1-1.
And you can just hear the whiz of the fastball as he lets it go.
The guy who usually tops out at 97 can reach 98. 2-1 pitch. It's a foul ball, and you can just see how late Bogenpool was to that one. You can hear the chants. One more strike. Doing my job for me. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch is low. Paradine walks over. That one's actually going to hit Gaden Bogenpool and put him on first with a hit by pitch.
Slam, baby.
It's not over. You're still going to get this final out. You know, it feels over. 7 runs. But there's a reason that we play until 27 outs in the playoffs. Because it's never over until it's over.
Gotta hear that final bell. Martinez at the plate. 3 runners on. He can make this a ball game or end it. Swing and a miss. Bogenpool on first, Farber on second, Johnson on third. Shatters the bat on the foul ball into practically a million pieces. I've never seen that before.
Oh yeah, that's scary. You got shards going everywhere. You gotta make sure that these bat kids are careful picking it up. Those can be sharp.
Looked like he was swinging a glass bat right there, by the way everything
Hey guys, can I get those baseballs?
spread out.
This game just doesn't want to end, Devon.
It doesn't.
Almost 3.5 hours in at this point.
We've had a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings. Game was perfect for the first 3 2/3 for the start for Joey Colucci.
We also had 3 4-batter innings. There's just been some real long innings, too, that have extended this game.
Roberts looking to close it out. For a moment, thought we had it. Not yet. Here come the slow claps. Roberts has his pitch. And the 1-2. Up and hits Martinez.
Now back from Alabama, bringing in first baseman number 18, Landon Beaver.
Run will score for Cotuit. Now a 11-5 game.
Got Landon White starting to warm up just in case.
Yeah, just on the back burner if needed. He's gotten close. A lot of these at-bats, just it's that final strike he can't seem to find. Two consecutive pitches upstairs, and the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
You let another one cross here, then you're just one away from bringing the game-tying run to the plate.
Just need one out. Easier said than done, though. It's a 3-0 pitch, and you wonder maybe, does Landers soon pull Saxon Roberts out of this game if he walks another batter? Sax takes his time. The dugout encouraging him. That one he has for a strike. And there we go. Again, we're one pitch away.
Just got to finish it off.
We've said that a few times before.
Blow a fastball right past him. Maybe get up to 99 here.
Wouldn't that feel good? Deep breath for Roberts. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And game 1 goes to Bourne. Wasn't the most perfect of games, but just an offensive explosion for the Braves. The final score, 11-5. And we're going to Lowell Park tomorrow with a chance to send the Braves to the Cape League Championship.
Just all around a really well-played game today for the Bourne Braves. You look at all 3 facets, the offense, the defense, and the pitching. You know, definitely the best game that they've played all postseason.
Without a doubt.
And you got to be really happy here if you're Scott Landers after watching that game. You know, your offense put up runs in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. You know, just a great game all around by this Braves team. You look at the pitching, Joey Colucci with an incredible start. Went 4 innings, almost perfect. 3 2/3, legitimately perfect before a drop third strike finally put a man on. You know, one of the more dominant pitching performances that we've seen from a starting pitcher this season. And then Colton Hartman and Saxon Roberts get it done out of the bullpen. They combined to give up just 2 runs. You know, overall, a really, really good day today from this Braves pitching staff.
You also throw arms that maybe aren't your top guys, get to save them for game 2 against Cotuit. Bourne has been looking really good these last 3. Now on a 3-game winning streak. The saying goes, don't let the Braves get hot. And August, the worst of months to let them do that. It'll be Joey Colucci who gets the win in today's game. Just a spectacular outing. With a 4 p.m. start tomorrow, Bourne will look to make it a quick one. It'll be an early start, and an early finish. Sideline reporter Ariel Tamir-Pinsky joining us in just a moment. The man who got the win in Joey Cotuit had just a great day. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned with no walks and an astounding 8 strikeouts. The second most by a reliever or by a starter of any pitcher, and he's standing by our sideline reporter Ariel Tamir-Pinsky.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined by Joe Cotuit from Virginia. Joe, you pitched 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, no walks. You've been here all summer. How does it feel to have such a great performance in a playoff setting?
I mean, it was awesome, especially when it mattered the most, to come here and have my stuff and just be really confident in the guys behind me. I mean, it was awesome.
The offense scored 7 runs in the first 3 innings. How does that help you on the mound to have that run support behind you?
I mean, that's huge as a pitcher. Having that confidence boost, you just trust your stuff a little bit more, just every single pitch. Like, you're more confident that it's okay if you let up 1 or 2 as long as you get through the inning. So
you guys fell in game 1 of the first round. You're ahead in this series. How important is that?
It's huge. If we can come out tomorrow and do what we did today, it's going to be unreal. Just to keep the momentum alive, taking us in, and then saving bullpen arms in that 3rd game is huge for the championship. So,
well, thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ariel. A really fun one. Joey Cotuit with a well-deserved interview and win. The Bourne Braves take it by 6 runs here in the top of the 9th, and they'll send things tomorrow to Lowell Park. Can't wait to have you there. At 4 p.m., first pitch will be live on the air at 3:45. And on behalf of our producer, Gabriella, Voccio, our sideline reporter, Ariel Tamir-Pinsky, my good friend and play-by-play partner, Adam Gotkin, I'm Devon Jarvis saying so long from Dorn Park, and we'll see you tomorrow for Game 2 of the West Division Championship.
Get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime, sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything. A band is blowing Dixie, double fall time. You feel alright when you hear the music ring. Well, now you step inside.